Oh fuck! It's goddamn. It's this fucking song. Hi everyone. we're here. We're around. Supposedly, I'm gonna turn this shit down. Um, hello chat. Uh, can you hear us well? Is audio working fine? I hope it is. Can we get some? Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Let me check something. Bodhi, please talk a little bit. Hmm. Hmm. How very strange. Discord audio. I'm so sorry. This is my first. Bodhi is mute, I think. Bodhi should not be muted because I can hear him. So I gotta fucking figure out what's going on here. Let me just um can you
They're
guys hear
fucking
background
making fun of me
music?
in the chat.
Silent Bodhi, that's fucked up.
Silent Bodhi. Bodhi and his vocal cords ripped out feels accurate right now.
Mm.
Move my mouth in Morse code. That's fucked.
Uh, is this
Wait, hold
better?
up. I heard myself. I suddenly heard myself.
Okay. Has there been like background music this whole time or no?
Hold up.
I turned
Hold
off
up.
the I turned off the
I
music now.
live.
Yay, Bodhi's here. Okay, so it turns
Yes.
yeah,
Hi
okay,
guys.
multi-track
Hello.
streaming. Whatever.
Hello.
We
Oh,
hear
this
you
is
talking
so
about the vocal
nice.
cord stuff. Okay, great. Sorry,
I'm
chat.
real.
Yeah, I normally record on multiple audio tracks, but I guess streaming doesn't like that. So
No.
I had to do a quick pivot. Sorry about that. Hello. Bodhi's
Yay.
louder than
Hi
me.
guys.
I will turn.
Oh, I always am.
I'll,
I can also turn down the gain on my side a little bit.
okay,
See if that
that's
helps.
fine. Yeah.
I'm also just louder than Will in real life, so
Yeah,
that's generally a problem.
just true. It's a little bit true, but I'll try and balance the audio as best as I can. Is it
Yeah,
true this stream will be a let's play of Spurb? Maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah. I will say a little editing note. Whenever I was editing our audio for like the last probably like 50% of the series, we had adjusted the audio. And I didn't have to adjust my volume at all, but I was always bumping up Will's audio by like 10 to 15
Yeah.
decibels
I don't know.
every time. Every
I think
single time.
it's just kind of low on my mic the way that it's being captured. Which is a little unfortunate. I need to steal Bodhi's voice, Little Mermaid style. I guess I could just bump the gain on mine a little bit more than it is. There we go.
Someone in
That's
someone in
something.
chat said I wonder what y'all's class specs are. Have we not mentioned this?
I guess we haven't outright. Yeah, cuz this so just prefacing for what the stream is kind of going to be. We have like a little bit of time where we're just going to fucking dick around and talk about Homestuck and just kind of generally our thoughts on the thing. And then I think we know the aspects and mood. Theoretically, yes. And then we have a little thing planned. We're gonna do a big old tier list of every Homestuck character, and that should get us through a lot of our thoughts. And then throughout that, you can chat to us and ask us questions. If we miss them, sorry. We'll do our best. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of class specs, I don't know. I've gone back and forth about mine quite a bit, but I'm pretty settled that I would be a mage of light.
Yeah, I'm a knight of heart. I'm not. I have never gone back and forth on it. I'm such a knight person just in real life.
It's true. It's
and
true.
Heart is just what speaks to me, generally speaking, when it comes to the aspects.
Mm-hmm. I think when we did the troll sign stuff, I think that was still true, but those might be a little bit outdated. I don't know. Or I might have picked the wrong fucking sign at the time. Hey, fellow mage, John Legbert, my goat, yeah,
John Legbert, yay!
Thank you, John Legbert.
We all cheer. We all cheer loudly.
Yeah. So it's been, God, how long since we recorded Collide?
Lord.
I actually don't remember when it was.
Maybe
like,
40 years. Hold up.
Maybe 40 years. I think it was last year. I think it's been a year. Like the last time you heard us talk to you was a year ago for us.
Holy shit! 2025 0314.
that feels.
We recorded Collide on 0314.
It's like poetry. It backwards is a night of night. I wonder if he's a knight
A
at
Knight of
night.
Night.
Hmm. Hmm.
There was actually a time that I took the official quiz and it gave me Knight of Void, which would be a Knight of Night, but that I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't associate with that.
Yeah.
Silver Blood is cool though.
Silver
I
Blood is
think
fucking cool.
the ability to, what would that be? Like repair relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really powerful
Something
ability,
like that. That's cool.
especially in Homestuck, where half of what you're doing is
Half
arguing
of
with
it
your
is
friends. I think a
relationship
Sylph of
drama.
Blood.
Like
I think a
that's
Sylph of Blood is very powerful,
there ain't no
actually.
official quiz that gives you class. I think that's
Isn't there? I swear to God, I did one. I thought I did. I thought I did.
no, not there's not an official one that gives you class. There are quizzes out there. There's
Right.
fan quizzes that give you class. The official one gives
There we
you
go.
like a sign.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
So it gets you your aspect and your lunar sway. Are y'all gonna read the epilogues and or beyond canon? Okay, so yes, we should expand on that. We are in the process of reading the epilogues. I think I don't want to make any promises because I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm gonna try and have epilogues episode 1 posted next Sunday, but
Yes.
I may go back on that and it might be like 2 Sundays from now. So don't mark my words on that. I'm gonna heal the bond between your top lip and bottom lips. You may never break relationships with your words again. Aura and hype moments.
Incredible. There you go.
You must consume all Homestuck media. You need to play Hiveswap/HJ. I haven't actually played Hiveswap. I played a little bit of Pester Quest, not all of it. So, I mean, we might do some of the ancillary media, but right now the focus is do the epilogues, and then start Beyond Canon. I have lied on the internet. Wow, I forgive
John
you, John
Lakerbert, you're the
It's
first
okay.
person to ever do that.
No one's ever
You're
done
the
this
only
before.
person who's ever done that.
Yeah, man, Homestuck. What a project. It was so cool
Yeah.
to like do it and post it and edit it and just have it be a really long running like thing. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't my first like exposure to the comic, obviously, because I'd read it before, but I kind of consider that to be like my definitive reading because I definitely picked up on a lot more. It's probably best to wait for Act 3 to come out before starting Pester Quest. I see. Hiveswap Act 3 comes out this year. I see. Surely it will happen this time.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've heard that a few times before. I feel like I heard that while we were recording this. But yeah, my definitive exposure to Homestuck was this as well. Before this, I had read, I think, 15 pages on the bus to the dentist once.
Yeah.
Because Will had repeatedly begged me, hey, please, because I think he was really reading through it at the time.
Yeah, I was
and he
really
was
trying
like,
to put you
please,
on
please.
Homestuck.
He was proselytizing to me, please read Homestuck. And I was like, okay, fine. And I won't lie, I was charmed. And then I just kind of fell off. Like I was so busy at the time. I was like caught up with work and life shit. And it was like, well, I'll make time eventually. I shrug. And I didn't, as happens to be the case in many cases. But I think this was the optimal way to do it, making like a whole project out of it and making it like this big to do, because it cemented it in the front of my mind as such a special thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Homestuck. To answer the question in chat, how do I feel about Homestuck overall, now that it's been a whole year? It is in my top 5 stories of any medium of all time now. Like it is so essential to me in my mind. I'm dug into the fandom at this point. Like I am stuck here at home. And I just love it as I love Spurb as a vessel to tell so many different stories and so many different themes, and it plays around with so much in that sort of space. And I think that's why it's so sorry, still sick. I think that's why it's so important to me is because no matter when you read it, you can get so many different things out of it. And it's oh,
It's just so true. It's such a like. I feel like everyone can take something from Homestuck just because it's so big. Also, yeah, Spurb is a really cool story engine. I wish a little bit in like the back of my mind that they would focus more on the mechanics. Like my brain is like, I want to know how this actually works, but I also understand that that's not really the point of the story generally. So I don't think that's a problem with the story. It's just like, in my heart of hearts, I want to know all the nitty gritty of the mechanics of how this silly video game actually functions and plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's so much to love about Homestuck. There's a lot of things to hate about Homestuck, but I think there's so much to love about it.
I think the good outweighs the bad.
Homestuck. I agree. I generally agree.
Yeah.
It's basically awesome. I really think Homestuck is also carried heavily by its incredible character writing, making you care for really good and really awful people morally. Yeah, no, yes. I generally agree.
I was not expecting to. We'll get into this in the tier list for sure. She's going to get a whole chapter. But like Vriska is the biggest example. Vriska sucks. Vriska sucks so hard. But
she's a really
by the
good
end
character.
of the story, she's a really good character. And by the end of the story, I did actually care about where she was going, even if she was just a huge dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, John Legbert, thank you for bringing up my exact point I was about to make. The Sylladex, when you were talking about the mechanics. Nick. The Sylladex and like the fetch modus. Oh.
Resource 2026, baby, we are so back. She sobbing emoji.
Vriskourse exists forever. I think no, I'm not going to give any more thoughts until we get.
We'll get to the tier list
until we get there.
Yeah, I wish they kept more of the video game elements later in the story. That's fair. It becomes a different sort of thing, but
I wanted John to kill the contest by launching something out of his Sylladex.
Oh, it would have been so funny.
But I think that it's significantly.
We don't know that Roxy didn't do that with a sword.
That's true, because we just kind of cut to her being dead. But also, I think narratively, Roxy getting the killing blow is the most satisfying thing by far.
John had no personal stakes against the contest, really.
Like, yeah, the contest personally ruined Roxy's life for like all of it. So I don't know,
Yeah, no. So we're done with that now. We're going to be doing the epilogues pretty soon. We're done Homestuck, and it's great. Also love for my boy Aridin, held back by the story. Big ups for Violet Bloods. We will get to your opinion. We will come back to that. I have thoughts on Aridin, Ampora.
I do too. Lengthy ones. There are people in the chat that are going to be sad about some of my thoughts on some of their characters. I'm apologizing in advance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some of you are going to be mad, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Homestuck fetch modus to retcon your items into Homestuck's storyline to store them, and then you reread the comic to retrieve them. Do you have to start from page 1 every time?
Wait, that sucks. Wait, hang on. At some point, you unlock like the search bar so you can manually type in what page number you need to go to.
Aridin became cool and non-binary in the world where the society wasn't messed up. That's true. That did happen.
It's like that one fucking post that's like, I'm non-binary, but I have a job, so I don't really have time to worry about that.
Yeah, no, in a better society, Aridin was a good person and was trans, and hell yeah.
Except in a better society, fucking as John Legbert said, he was just a pervert instead. So I shrug.
Cronus is a different guy. Cronus is a whole other guy.
That is true. That he is a different guy, raised under different circumstances.
He's a worse guy, but he's detect collisions with the modus that lets you skip to Act 6.
Yes.
Act 6.
Yes.
+2 that chatter.
+2. +2. Mods. +2 that guy.
Mods +2 this netizen.
If you hate my favorite character, Bro Strider, I will have to personally just lacerate you.
Hmm. You know what? I think we're starting to give character opinions. I think we should switch over to
let's transition.
The tier
let's
list.
transition.
Let's you know what? Let's
Will,
transition.
pull up the female models.
Let's transition. Fuck. How do I? Where's the window capture?
When reality has Orphaner in his name cannot be good in any timeline. That's probably true. That's probably true with the Orphaner point.
There we go. We've got Homestuck characters, original series, ultimate tier list maker. This is a lot of characters, and you know we'll have opinions. Hello, Daniel. There's Daniel in chat.
What, Daniel gaming? Ah!
Wow. Congrats on coming out. Thank you. So we've got our tiers here. In order, we've got the peakest to ever do it. This is the best of the best. We've got wondrous creatures. Pretty good. We like them. Pretty cool. That's potential man, gender neutral, is for the characters who are like they could be so cool and aren't.
Yeah.
Like you know potential man.
There's one when Will was discussing the tiers with me, there's one character that I will be automatically putting into there because the way that they did their character made me mad.
Just said Jake. That's tough.
That's
Do all the pages get put in potential man by default? No, this is more for like story wise. Like we're talking about like character writing, not necessarily like power levels.
No, we're not power scaling.
We're not power scaling.
Thank God.
Mid, but that's fine. Is just like whatever. They're fine. Yeah, I don't like you is the ones that were like, not great. And then Get Out is for Equius. No, and then also the tier list says dead bird sprite. Yeah,
correct. Yes. This tier list is
we have what do they even do? This isn't necessarily the lowest tier. It's just kind of outside of everything where it's like, I don't care enough about this character to like rank them really. This is just for the like, you know, probably a lot of the felt are going to go there. It's not that I don't care about any of the felt. It's just that a lot of them show up for one page and don't do anything. Anyway, yeah, let's get to it. We've got first up, of course, we've got our glorious goat, John Egbert.
John Jegbert Legbert.
John Jegbert Legbert.
Okay. So John is, I think, such a fun character to view the story through. I
do agree.
It's because of his youthful like whimsy that you get to really experience a lot of the story, and it's like just his general naivete.
Yeah, John is a really good protagonist character, I think,
and that's why he's the leader.
Yeah,
it's statements like that are why he's the leader.
I don't think I can put him in the peakest to ever do it.
I don't think I can either. I love him.
I think he's a wondrous creature.
He is a wondrous creature. I 100% agree.
I did just realize the fucking our heads block the next one up. It's fine.
Oh shit, it does. Whoops. Yeah, wondrous creature.
We'll do. Here's what we can do.
Are you gonna shrink us?
Whoops. No.
No.
Fuck. We'll do this. We'll make a tier at the top where we'll just drag the current one that we're ranking to before we rank them. Yeah, John is great, but you know, he's a very good character. I just feel like he's a little one note at times,
yes,
where it just holds him back slightly. John's like a
Yes.
phone bone thing where he's a perfect audience POV, but other characters have stronger writing.
Holy
Really
shit!
fucking good
Phone Bone
analysis.
mentioned. Oh, dude,
Will
baller
Invodia shrunk?
reference.
Will Invodia shrunk and recreate the entirety of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That I'm
Um,
down.
we've got Rose Lalonde. We've got Thorned Launder.
Okay. You all know my opinions on Rose. I mentioned it in the final episode. I love Rose. Dude, of the main four kids, she ah yes, I love her. I love her arc. I love that the second she gets into the game, she spends all of her time trying to figure out how to break it. And it's so intrinsic to her aspect. I love Grimdark Jade, or not Jade, what?
Other character.
Yeah, other character. Grimdark Rose. And how this, like, the grief of losing her mother changed how she operated as a character. I love everything about her. And I love the way that when she's on the meteor, she like loses herself to the drinking for a little
Yeah,
bit.
giving the
And
character an addiction problem makes a lot of sense in this story. I think Rose is the right
yes,
character to do it with, also.
yes, 100%. I know that it's early to give someone the Picas to ever do it, but I
No,
insist that she
I'm
is.
fine with that. I'm fine with that. Rose is great. I will also be saying that for Dave, quite frankly.
Yep, yep,
I hate
yes,
to say it, but
absolutely.
I don't really. Dave is a really good character.
Hmm.
He gets a lot of like good comedic moments,
Yes.
but also like depth, you know?
Hmm.
Like I don't know. I think it's really interesting that when we're first introduced to Dave, he's very much like framed as he's framed to be like the ironic cool kid for sure. But his living situation is like framed in an absurd way, but in a way that like we expect as readers of the comic. I feel like we're like, yeah, it's silly, it's weird, it's silly, it's absurd. And then like later on, it's only way later that it's like analyzed that no, that's child abuse. Like that's what was happening was child abuse actually. And
Yeah.
that has had lasting impacts on Dave as a person, and how he sees the world. So yeah, no, I fucking love Dave Strider. Strylons can't stop winning. It's true.
Hmm.
We love
Yeah.
Dave. I'm totally not gay Strider. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely. Shout
very
out,
true.
sh- shout out to Dave. I love him so much.
Shout out to
I
Dave.
love his like reluctancy to be a hero. Because when you're met with a character like Dave, that's all about like I'm a cool guy. You expect him to immediately be like I'm gonna be the protagonist, and then you get towards the end of the story and he's like I don't really want to do
He
this.
really doesn't want to be in a protagonist role.
Yes. Yeah, and that makes him so interesting
Mm-hmm.
to view this way. I
Yeah,
love it.
I adore the way his home life is framed. The first two stripes are silly non-fights, and we cut to Bro versus Dave, and he's beating the fuck out of him, and it's not really focused on until later. Yeah, no, it's
Yes.
true. It is very
The
true.
stairs.
The stairs, the iconic stairs moment. Dave
Mhm.
also canonically made Spudge, which instantly makes him the best character ever made.
Immediately. Yes, yeah.
Dave, dude of guy, Strider, true. Um, this is off topic, but you've checked outside your homes for right? For meteors in the sky? Yeah, that seems fine. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
my
probably
windows,
okay.
my blinds are drawn, so I can't like see the sky or anything. But I'm sure it'd be
Yeah.
really weird if that was happening. So it's
Yeah.
probably
It's
fine.
getting a little bit hot off topic.
Yeah,
It's getting real warm.
I
Like the
did.
sun is
There was this like weird device that's in my house now, and it's got like a weird like a timer going that's like
yeah.
I don't know, like an hour and a
Don't
half,
know where that
something
came
like that.
from.
I'm not looking at it right now. It's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So but I'm not really sure what
Yep.
to do with that. And we've got a stream to do, so it's
Yeah.
not, we don't need to worry about it. Jade Harley, Vague Harley.
Hmm. My feelings on Jade are okay. I know you love
I like
Jade.
Jade. I don't think Jade is the
Um,
peakest to ever do it necessarily.
no.
I just like Jade.
I found several instances in the comic where I was like, where we were on Jade, and I was like, can we be looking at someone else now?
That's
Because I
fair.
didn't really, I didn't personally like her. She's silly. That is
She's
true.
so
She is
silly.
silly. And I do like that she had like the early access to the dream stuff. That was interesting. But I just, I don't know if I was the target for her story. I feel like there's probably like something that somebody could have drawn from her, and I just didn't feel it as much. Now, I'm not saying she's bad, and I'm not saying she's potential, man.
Yeah.
I
I
think I think she's pretty good.
you would put her in like pretty cool then.
That's my thoughts, yeah.
I would probably put her on the same level as John. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Okay, I'm fine with
it's
that. That's
mostly
acceptable to me.
for a couple reasons. Number one, I think her being a very like very isolated character, and a lot of the time being like in the early acts she's very much the mysterious and isolated one.
Mhm.
um and she's got a lot of cool mystery going on with her. I think that's interesting. And then later, um like she gets to do a lot of cool powers shit, which like I don't think that's narratively very interesting, but I do fucks with the space powers. um
Yeah.
but the big thing is like I really like Jade's dynamic with like Karkat, honestly, throughout a lot of like act 5, act 2.
That's
um
fair.
I like the whole like passwords banter and them fucking rubbing off on each other a lot, with Jade being a little like Jade is very much introduced to be sort of the like innocent girl next door type, like weird girl. um
Yeah.
and then allowing her to, I think allowing her to say fuck is a great decision.
Yes.
Jade is so
Absolutely.
constantly removed from her story. Her presence would often solve any issue if she were there. She feels like Huss made her too OP and just kept going, oh shit, we got to get her out of the way. Yeah, I do
Yes.
think that's the big problem with Jade, is that she gets too overpowered, and
Yeah.
has to be conveniently not present. Girl Next Door, like Deltarune, Jade is Noelle
Oh,
Holiday. It's the same character.
that is that is a spoiler. Our next project is actually going to be full Deltarune. Oh
Oh,
my
dude, I
god. We're going to
wish.
read the whole
It would
thing.
be so
Dude,
good.
I'd do that.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. We'll do it eventually.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. We've got other things to focus on right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, yeah.
her
I'm
story
fine to put her
climaxes
into
with
One Piece
Cascade.
Preacher.
Yeah, Jade is like the goat of Cascade.
Yes.
And then yeah, and then there isn't really much to do with her afterwards. She's the only character. She's not the only character with that problem. Yeah, no, I do agree. Big ups to Grimbark Jade though for being the girl boss the story needs.
Yep.
I do like Grimbark Jade, but I think that's ranked as a separate character here.
Wait, genuinely? Hold
Yeah,
up. Let me check.
genuinely on as a different character. That and like Crocker,
Oh my god.
Crocker Corp Jane.
You're joking.
My GF kins them both, so yes, Jade equals Noelle to me. That's fair. They're basically the same character. I'm gonna put Jade in Wondrous Creature. I think that's not unfair to do.
Yep. That's fine. That's fine by
Um,
me.
I can't call her the peakest. Dad Egbert.
I love him,
I love you, Dad Egbert.
but he's not a character. He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. He's so not a character, but I do love him.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
Denizens get to be on the tier list.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this tier list is insane. This tier list is genuinely insane.
Grim Bark Jade, but not Grim Dark Rose. Yeah, I know, it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this one.
Anyways, yeah. I love Dadbird. I
Dadbird
give
is
him big
goated.
hug.
Absolutely goated character. Give him his own tier.
Fatherly dude, man.
He defeats cans. Yes, he does do that.
Yep.
I do actually might even be willing to put Dad on the same tier weird just for his purpose.
Oh my fucking god.
No, it's gonna be pretty cool. It's fine.
We have so many tiers
Kind of a minor
already. That's my
character.
problem.
That's true.
Yeah. He's cool. I love him.
Check. That
In
was
my
Dad
heart,
Crocker.
he's above everything.
That's true. They don't have Dad Crocker as a separate character, probably because they would look visually identical.
Too similar, yeah. This is Dad's. This is for Dad's
generally. And given that it is the same character across multiple timelines, like fundamentally it's not a very different guy. Okay, yeah. We've got Mom Lond.
I mean, okay.
Mid, but that's fine. I don't know. Whatever.
Entirely appropriate. Yes.
Yeah. Brostrider.
Kill him.
Brostride. I'm sorry.
Throw him in the wood chipper.
You did abuse. You did child abuse. And like, again, bad characters can be narratively interesting.
Yes.
I don't find Brostrider narratively interesting outside of the analysis of him as being Dirk, but that's more something to do with Dirk as a character than it is with Momland is so.
And we'll get to Dirk.
We'll get to Dirk, but I feel like Brostrider's role in the story is do child abuse, fight Jack Noir again, and be dead.
And then die. Yeah.
And also
puppets.
And
then puppets.
I don't know. I don't like him.
He's a fucker.
Something Caliborn evil dark magics, but yeah, no, he evil. Yeah.
Yeah. Get him out. Get him out.
Most of the Guardians are very heightened by recontextualization from the Alpha Kids. I do agree with that. Pop Harley.
He's just so nothing.
He's not in the story like at all.
He killed some monsters and then he was stuffed.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's in it's kind of the same as Brostrider. Like he kind of a little bit was not great with
That's true.
Jade. I
had not even considered that.
Also, if we take the little bit that I know about Hive Swap into canon, he fucking has another kid who he abandons.
What?
Yeah, so that's not cool.
Oh, maybe I don't like him.
If you play Hive Swap, you will want him dead. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Draw him and quarter him. Mods Blood Eagle this guy.
This is an I don't like you. I don't think it quite goes down to Get Out because like I don't feel that strongly about him, but
yeah.
He did make it to what?
Where?
Wait, what? I don't know.
What?
I was trying to read a thing in chat.
No, I'm trying to read it too. Anyways.
Whatever, it happens. Yeah.
Blow him up.
Becquerel.
Aw. I love him.
2 kids. Dose. He does this twice. What?
Mods Brunsbull this guy. Fact check true.
That's fucked up. Anyway, yeah, Becquerel. I love you, Becquerel.
I love you, big baby.
I love
big
you,
baby.
I love
you, baby. You're pretty cool. Yeah, you're
cool.
the same tier as John's dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Maplehoof, the horse.
Dude, the fucking secret page with Maplehoof. I still find that
one of the best bits in Homestuck, actually.
I think about it so often.
How is a dog the most interesting guardian?
I mean, true.
Mods, unmake him down to his base particles. Thank you, John Lagbert. Maplehoof, I mean, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Pretty cool.
Well, Maplehoof looks like a horse. They're actually the goat. Mods, +2 this guy.
Mods. Give that person $1 million.
Yeah. Computer, make sure that person has a good day.
We have Cal. We have Lil Cal.
We have Lil Cal. Hmm.
La, da, 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 la, da, 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 da.
Fun fact, Lil Cal is actually on my Tomodachi Life Island. I've made him as a pet. I've given him to my Dirk and my
No,
Dave.
no. Um, I think Get Out, Lil Cal.
I think Lil Cal should
Actually,
probably get out. He
probably
is a
just, you know what?
manifestation of like just genuine evil
I
and
will say
malice.
Get Out is I think going to be reserved for characters who I hate and also are not like story good either. I at
Okay.
least think that
Okay.
Cal is like relevant, you know, kind of
Yeah,
like
that's
he's
true.
important enough and enough of a decent narrative device. I like the like Saw thing that they do. Lil Cal is the thread connecting everything to the Alpha timeline. Yeah. Um
uh,
I think it's just gotta be, yeah, I don't like you.
yeah,
But
I don't like him. Yeah.
yeah. Nana Sprite. Yeah,
She's fun. She's cute.
pretty cool.
She's good. It's
Pretty
pretty
cool, I
cool.
think. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not much to say. The bird.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Bird Sprite is probably gonna be our first. Like, I don't know enough to care because
What do they
he's
even
around for
do?
like
Yeah.
he's around for like 2 frames, and then Dave backflips into him, and then that's Dave Sprite. Which Dave Sprite I've got a lot more to say about,
Oh, for
but
sure. We'll get
Bird
there.
Sprite doesn't
this is
exist.
this is definitely a what do they even do type character.
What does he even do?
What
What
does
he
he even
does
do?
is he stands there and he cacaws, and that's it.
Unpopular opinion, I like Nana Sprite more than Jane. You know, I can't necessarily
I'm
fault you for that.
I'm willing to give you a true for that. I'm not going to agree, but I'm willing to give you a true.
There was another stream I was watching a long while ago where we were ranking which Homestuck characters would drink pilk, and I made a case that Grandpa Harley was the first person to ever make it.
Yes.
He would have been a young man
Yes.
when Pepsi first became a thing, and this headcanon has forever changed how I see him. That's fair. Why do you keep plus doing people you are cloning chat members at a rapid rate? Oh
Listen,
no.
we need all the viewers.
We need
Just
all
bring
the
in all
viewers.
the viewers.
Bring in all the viewers.
Bring in all the
We need all the viewers we
viewers.
can get. We're just gonna resort to cloning our existing audience rather than drawing new ones.
We're not going to draw on a bigger audience. No.
Jasper's Sprite. Jasper's Sprite. I love you, Jasper's Sprite.
Oh, kitty.
So cute.
So cute. I also like Jasper's
I love
Sprite.
you, Jasper's Sprite. And
I like what
honestly,
Jasper's Sprite means to Rose as well.
yeah,
I like.
actually am crazy take. I think this is a wondrous creature.
Yep. I was going to say the same thing, actually. Because I think Jasper's Sprite is like, first of all, a great representation of, like, if you could say something to your pet and have them understand it, and also if you could say something to somebody dead and have them understand it.
Yeah.
Because they have like some conversations that are like, this is a young girl talking to her dead cat that she lost at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, ooh, I love that. But also Jasper's, to go off the back of what somebody in the chat said, he's so joyous.
Yeah.
He's such a beloved little creature.
What a friendly fellow.
And he does, what a friendly fellow. What a bizarre bug.
What a bizarre bug.
I would befriend him.
Befriend bizarre bugs. Yeah,
but yeah,
I think,
wondrous creature for sure.
I think wondrous creature, especially because I think Jasper Sprite really does serve exactly the role that he needs to in the story.
Yep.
Like he has a well-defined narrative purpose and does it exactly as one would want.
1,000,000%.
$1 million. Dave Sprite. Dave the Sprite one.
Dave Sprite. Oh God. Okay.
This is tricky.
It's so fucking tricky. Because, okay, getting the perspective of a doomed timeline, Dave, who's already done all the shit, and then comes back and is like, he consigns himself to his failure. He says, I'm clearly not the one to do it. So I'm going to sacrifice myself so that a different timeline can be the one. Damn. That's metal, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, through the series, he's haunted by his past. He is forced to be a guide for the future. He exists in all these times and continues to help. And I love that. And also, I've read a little bit of the Crow Strider AU, which I really like.
Everyone in chat, go read Crow Strider AU.
And,
Everyone in chat should do it, actually.
Even though it's not canon, in my soul it is.
It's a different thing, but like I fucks with it.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I like Dave Sprite a lot.
I do like the conflicting opinions in chat of people saying that Dave Sprite should be S tier because he gives us Dave Petta, and Dave Sprite being a great character, but then turning into Dave Petta, which is not a good thing. So I don't know.
We'll talk about Dave Petta later.
We'll talk about Dave Petta. I have a lot of opinions on Dave Petta.
Me too.
Dave Sprite's whole story is trying to cope with story and canon irrelevance, which is very interesting in a metatextual story. Yeah, I agree. It does a lot for the like meta text of Homestuck to have a character who has to be resigned to being like, all right, I'm not the protagonist anymore. Actually, yep. I am now a side character, and I have to deal with that.
And so fitting for it to be Dave, the reluctant protagonist.
Yeah. I think Wondrous. I don't know if I have a couple just like vibes based qualms about Dave Sprite, like mostly about how he is on the Meteor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the fact that he kind of just disappears for a while in Act 6 and then just comes back to be Dave Petta. Like I think Dave Sprite is a really good character, and then there's just like a couple things where I'm like,
In fairness, when you get to Act 6, there's so many characters that happens to.
That's true.
Just truly so many.
A lot of characters get shelved. Oh, the goat. The goat. Do we even need to discuss the mayor?
Oh, shoot. 1 second.
Oh. Well, how are you doing today, chat? How's chat going? You got to consider Dave Sprite in the same tier as John.
That is a good question. That is genuinely a very good question.
They serve very different roles in the story, I feel like. Like, I think I do feel similar ways about them, where like they are largely actually I might bump Dave Sprite down, actually.
Bump Dave Sprite down. I'm completely willing to say that. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't love him as much as I love John.
I think my qualms
Thank you for
Dave
bringing
Sprite
that up.
are a little bit more than my qualms are with John Egbert. Anyway, the mayor's in
the peakest to ever do it. I refuse to say anything else.
And we won't be arguing about this, quite frankly. Not a writing juggernaut, but peak whimsy. Yes, I agree.
Yep, exactly. He's not... His purpose is to... First of all, his adventure as the first exile that we actually, like, encounter, personally, I loved that. I loved seeing him fuck around with, like, the keyboard in the pod and having all, like, the compartments open. I still think that's such a fun section. Fun. And also just what he is. He's a silent protagonist, but he's a rock for so many other characters.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. He doesn't have to be the greatest character of all time.
Vagabond of Peakist? No, we don't have to argue about it at all.
We don't. I'm giving my point.
We're just talking about him at this point.
Yeah, I'm just ranting. I'm just raving. The mayor, WV.
We just want to be able to talk about him a little bit. Can you
make him the mayor of the tier list?
Oh, you may be making a really good point, but this is a big tier list already. Maybe once we're done, we'll go back and we'll think about it.
We'll see how it looks.
This is the Peregrine Mendicant. They've depicted her in the ring form.
Ooh, I did really like her arc. I loved her being the inverse to Jack, but winding up being the exact same in some ways. I liked that at the end of the story when they had to like and I'm talking like in the very last animation
Yeah.
when they chucked the rings into the fire and she had to give that up because finally the story was over and she had served her purpose. Um yes, such a good story that has such a good
I
payoff.
am such a sucker for characters who will like attain immense godlike power and give it up to save the world, like,
Yes.
or for some
Peregrine
greater good. Like, yeah.
Peregrine Mendicant is a hero in the truest sense of the word. She's so she says nothing for the entire series, but her whole goal is hunting down and beating Jack, and it's a quest of vengeance, and she saves the world, and she goes from being someone who's literally just a fucking male woman. And I think there's something really profound there, and I
Love,
really like it.
love how PM was Jade's exile and they both ascended to first guardian powers at the same time. I had never actually clocked that. That's a
Oh
really
my
good
god, they
point. That's
did.
cool. That is actually cool. Good for them.
Thank you, generic client. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm struggling to like, I'm not entirely sure if the peakest, but I'm debating. Here's my thing.
I don't. Yeah.
My funny comment got auto modded. I'm pissed at the auto mod. I'm gonna
Oh
blow up the
no.
auto mod.
No one stops the
There's
mail.
the, oh
Yeah.
no, that's the creator studio popping up. No, don't do it. I would go back and deal with it, but yeah, whatever. I'm so sorry, John Legbert. Stabbing Dave in the Doom timeline was not super neat of her, but she has no internet. She didn't know.
She only has
internet.
mail. She only has mail.
Yeah.
What are you gonna blame her for?
Yeah, my biggest problem with Peregrine Mendicant is really just that like a lot of characters, she kind of gets shelved a lot in Act 6.
Yep.
Like a lot of Act 6 is just her chasing Jack through space, and like I guess, you know, that's fine. It's, I don't know what else they would have done, but like all her will was able to overcome Beck's love to not hurt / hit Jade. She's like, fuck this, I really want to punch him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
think she's the peakest. She's wondrous.
Wondrous. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I'd say that I love her as much as I love John, easily.
That's fair. The aimless
and honestly,
renegade.
Until we started talking right now, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. But
That's
putting
fair,
her on
yeah.
this tier list, I'm like, yeah, she's great.
Anyways,
yeah, aimless renegade. Of the exiles, he's one of the more nothing exiles.
Kind of mid. I don't know. Whatever.
He's mid, but that's okay.
It's fine.
He likes guns. That's
He likes
about all I
guns and
remember about him.
bombs. That's chill. He's a cop.
Oh.
It's whatever. The iconic windswept quest.
What does AR even do?
What does AR even do? Well, we know what he does. It's just that what he does is very mid.
Yeah.
This might be
PM versus Beck Noir. It's a jack off. Ooh. That's really good. That's really good.
Windswept question. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that another mid, but that's fine? Because she's
so.
cool. She's kind of mysterious.
Cool. She does some cool stuff, I guess. She passes on the responsibility of being queen to Peregrine Mendicant, and then
wait, hold up.
Killed.
I really want to mention
the joke went through. Yes.
Yes. I really want to mention in the comments. He had to get killed to free up the AR name slot. Yes.
True.
Yeah, White Queen and White King are kind, but I think the White King is more nothing.
The Rich Keeper. I think the Rich Keeper is potential, man. I can't even. I think this is he shows up. They give him aura. They're like, the Rich Keeper will arrive, And
Yeah.
he shows up with books and he's like, ah, yes, all things are going to be all right. And then he immediately dies within like
And then he
10
immediately
pages.
does.
I don't
Yeah.
remember how
Yeah.
like,
That is
gets
our first
just-
potential, man. I think you're
that's
absolutely correct.
potential, man. I don't know. Bro
Yeah.
shows up and gets instantly slimed out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive for 14 seconds. Yeah, he's kind of in the same vein as fucking Bird Sprite, basically.
Yeah.
He shows up and he's immediately erased.
Whereas Bird Sprite, I'm like, what do they even do? Because I feel like we just don't, we don't know.
We're never told about his purpose.
Bird Sprite is there and then is a different thing. We
Yep.
know exactly what the Rit Keeper does. He, gets killed.
Yep. That was his greatest
Rit Keeper
appearance.
is on screen for, I think, a minute or two at most, and one of his 3 appearances is getting cut in half by Jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serenity the Firefly. / Twinkly Herbert the Firefly. I think it's.
I
it's the
love
same
Twinkly
one.
Herbert.
Yeah.
I cannot put him any higher than mid, but that's fine.
Yeah.
He's a messaging device.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
He's kind of a cutie patootie though.
Yeah. I have positive feelings about Serenity.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything really. Peakest. Okay.
Damn it.
We have iconic character Jack Noir.
Oh,
For a
Oh,
Firefly, they
boy.
lived for a long time. You may have a good point.
that is true. That is true.
Solo's Lord English for real. No, higher. My goats are washed. Justice. Fine. Actually, you know what? I will say, what about the Morse code they speak? Yes, they do that, and
Yes.
also, I do like the part in Collide. I do that. You know what? They get aura there. Fine, they can be pretty cool.
Mhm.
I'm not putting Serenity on the same. I'm not putting Serenity above Dad Egbert. I'm not putting Serenity on the same tier
Correct.
as John Egbert. We can't be doing that.
All
Jack
right.
Noir, but what iteration are all of them? This is specifically
This is
beta session
Beck
Jack
Noir.
Noir. This is Beck Noir.
And I think as far as completely seemingly unconquerable threats go, every time he came on screen, I was scared. I felt
Yeah.
genuine fear for our characters because I was like, holy shit, it's the guy who kills you. It's the guy who kills you and then you die character.
It's Mr. You are going to die. I will say I firmly believe that Beck Noir is the best villain Homestuck ever had.
Yeah, I'm willing to. It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that.
And it's not to say that I don't like Lord English, and I really do like Caliborn, but I think as a villain, I do think that Jack Noir is like the best villain that they had.
He's just such a force of nature. And I think in terms of the themes of the stories, he represents the consequences of them not being careful.
Yeah,
He represents like what happens when you
fuck around.
when you fuck around. And that's what most of the story is there's just a bunch of fucking around. And I love it.
After S. Jade Enter, I don't think he has a scene he appears in where he doesn't at least attempt to murder someone. Yeah, I think
Correct.
so. He's like always going to kill you. What about Betty
Yes.
Crocker? I think the Condess is a really good villain for the trolls, but she's not there most of the time.
Exactly.
She's like she sort of looms over the narrative a lot in a way that Lord English also does.
She's
Also,
a bit of a
Vriska
haunter,
was
yeah.
kind of a villain. I would argue that Vriska is an anti-hero.
Correct. I would absolutely argue the same.
Vriska does some terrible things, but she is not trying to be villainous most
She
of the
thinks
time.
she's the hero.
She thinks she's the hero. I mean, a lot of villains think they're the heroes, but like I would argue she is actively working towards heroic-ish goals a lot of the time.
Mhm. Anyways,
Scratch
I'm
great-
more than willing to put-
Scratch greater than Beck Noir. Actually, no, you're right. Scratch might be. I think
I
they're
would put
on
them as
par.
equals.
I
I
think
put
they're
them
on
as
par.
equals.
What do you mean
Anyways,
for the
so
trolls?
to rank
I would okay.
to rank
we'll get
Beck
back to that.
Noir. to get on topic here. I would put him in the peakest to ever do it, personally. He's such a menace. He's terrifying the entire story, and he's always there. He can be anywhere at all times, and he's killing fuckers. He's killing fuckers every time, or trying to. And he's such a good villain. Actually, maybe not the peakest to ever do it, because his writing's not. Because I mean, he exists as like a lethal obstacle.
Yeah.
But is he a great character?
I don't know. I actually, I'm willing to put him in a wondrous creature, and I think it is because I think he's a really, really good villain and a really good antagonistic force. But his motivations are pretty like nothing. I don't know. It's
yeah, that is true. He hates that fucking hat, though.
I'm so sad he doesn't have the same energy after Cascade. Yeah, that's the other reason why I don't think I can put him in the peakest to ever do it. Is he has a deathly fall off after Cascade, wherein like he is usurped as the main villain and spends most of Act 6 just flying after the meteor.
Wait, is Jack Noir stupid? Why doesn't he just telefrag everyone? Wait, true. Hold up.
I don't know why he didn't think about this.
Why didn't he just do that? It's the same as the fucking Ant-Man Thanos method. He could have just won the story, you know?
Yeah.
Jack and PM next to each other is also perfect.
This feels
so
right.
I think Wondrous Creature is great.
This feels right. Bunny.
Bunny represents a lot about Homestuck. I think Bunny as a character is really fun to me, because it's really just like this goober going through so many different things.
Yeah,
it's just a little fucking birthday gift.
I do like that they ship of Theseus this bunny.
Yes, absolutely, and it's all the same fucking bunny. I think,
but yeah, pretty cool. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd argue it's the exact same as Twinkly Herbert in my mind.
Yeah, they're thematically relevant and a cool character, and kind of not much more.
Yep.
The personification of wacky time shenanigans. Yeah, her name is Liv Tyler. What do you mean, Bunny? I was just trying to be silly.
There's so many different names. I refuse to call.
I know the bunny is named Liv Tyler. Just like I know Casey / Viceroy Bubbles von Salamancer.
Yes. Who I would argue is the exact same.
Who is kind of is the same. It's the same thing. I think the bunny reveal that it's the same one after every timeline with one of my favorite reveals. Yeah, that's fair. Spade Slick.
Oh my god. I am a sucker for the first intermission.
I love the intermission.
Intermission 1. We were talking about this just before the stream, actually. Is skipping the first intermission is a cardinal sin, and in this church, you will be banished if you do not read the first intermission.
Yeah.
Spade Slick is so fucking cool. He's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
Oh, he's so cool. I love him. I love you, Spade Slick.
I love him. 10 out of 10 every day of the week. Not the coolest to ever do it. Ever.
No, but I think he's pretty much on par with Bec Noir, like, in my opinion.
I tend to agree. For different reasons, but yes.
Yeah. Midnight Crew are flat characters, but they do what they need to do story-wise. Yeah, I think Spade Slick is like the most fleshed out of them. He's just a stabby guy. Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's fine. I mean, Bec Noir is just a stabby guy. This is just a different personification of the stabbiness. I think he gets to have aura, and I think mostly just because he serves as the like focal point for the first intermission. Like, that's mostly why I think Spade Slick gets to be pretty cool. And then also, you know, he shows up again later and is relevant again. I I love his role in Collide being sort of a third force on the ceiling fight. Yeah, I like that fight a lot because it's basically a free for all. Like none of the three jacks who are, or the two jacks who are there, and the kids who are there are all just completely separate. The way he stabs Karkat and he just goes with it as peak. Definitely not just a pretty cool guy. Yeah. No, I do like Spade Slick's dynamic with like Karkat also.
Yeah.
Also, he visits Doc Scratch. Yeah, there's that happens.
Oh God, yeah, he does. He shows up the Scotty dogs.
Question from chat. From chat. What the fuck? Question from chat.
Questions in the chat.
Questions in the chat. Did you ever read Problem Sleuth? I did.
I did not.
I don't think Bodhi has. I've read Problem Sleuth. It's decent. It suffers a lot from the some of the humor, I think. But whatever. I still think it's pretty decent. Spade Slick is there for the audience to learn how Beck Noir thinks before he becomes our main antagonist for a while. That's a good point. I like Diamonds Droog.
Yay!
I don't know. He's fine.
He's fine.
I love you, Courtyard Joel Clubs Deuce. I love you.
Yes.
You get to be
Clubs
pretty
Deuce.
cool.
I give you kiss on head.
You get bumped up to pretty cool specifically for the the line you've got a hat full of bomb, a fist full of penis, and a head full of empty.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I loved voicing Diamonds Droog, but ultimately he is nothing.
He's kind of mid, whatever, it's fine. And I think the same with Hearts Boxcars.
Exactly,
they're fine. They get cool moments, but that's it.
Yep.
That's
Clubs
Draconian Dignitary. Is it? Am I?
It is also. Wait.
Not fucking. You're right.
Did they not separate them?
You're correct. But they don't separate them, and fucking whatever. Okay.
It's everything. They are everything.
In that case, this does slightly change things. If we're ranking Diamonds Droog / Draconian Dignitary, he does get aura in the scratch session.
Yes, that is true. Where he's kind of like running shit a little bit while his boss is away.
He gets to do the miles. He gets to do that. So it's like whatever.
Yes.
It's something. You're gonna check Automod at the end of stream and see a dozen banger comments that got eaten. Yeah. I want to like. I kind of want to go and like see if I can fucking turn off the Automod because I don't care. There's nothing you could say that I would be like entirely pissed off by. Let me see if I can do that really quick while we're doing this, just in the background. Oh, it's all the felt. It's all yeah. Bring in all the felt.
Bring in all the felt, and this is kind of why we made the tier for what does he even do? Because so many of them are just so nothing.
I don't know, like yeah, itchy, whatever. Those whatever. This is Trace, fucking whatever. Clover is actually kind of something.
Yeah.
I
liked Spin. I thought Spin was funny.
We could spam slurs. You dislike that? I would, I guess. I don't think you would do that, but
I trust our community to not do that.
I feel like you wouldn't.
Probably.
And if you did, I'd just turn the fucking auto mode back on. Let me see.
Also, probably just ban whoever did that.
Yeah, that's true.
all of them but Crowbar and Snowman, and what does he even do? I misread that. I thought that you said only Crowbar and Snowman, and what does he even do? And I thought that was absolutely the funniest answer.
Stitch, yeah, like none of these are okay. Eggs and biscuits are kind of funny.
I do really like Biscuits. I think Biscuits is really silly.
I'm gonna put him in potential. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. This guy gets a fight in Collide more prevalently than the others.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mid, but it's fine.
Karkat gets to beat. Yeah. Oh wait, no.
No,
It
Carcat
was
fights Clover. It's Dad Egbert who
that's right.
fights Cans.
Correct. Sorry, I'm not actually, because you haven't streamed me the tier list on Discord. I'm watching it
Oh
on
my
the
god,
YouTube
I'm
stream
so
in another
sorry.
tab.
I'm so
I've been
sorry.
behind. There's a reason my reactions have been like a couple of seconds behind on everybody, and
You
it's
should have
because I've been
told me,
watching.
man.
No, after a certain point, I was like, I should just. I'll be fine.
Oh no. And Pika's trust. Major props for remembering Felt's names. We looked them up before the stream. Don't give us too much credit.
Yeah, we are cheating. We are cheating.
Matchstick's at the absolute bottom because I genuinely think he might have been shown like 3 times maybe, and his power isn't even explained directly in the text.
Yep.
Professional streamer, folks. It's my first time.
It is. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's
Bodhi
not
is
technically,
really
but like whatever. Should have made this a Discord stage stream, JK. There's Bodhi. There's Bodhi in the chat. That's crazy.
I'm here. Yes, I am real. I said, "Whug, this is me, Bodhi," just to verify that it was me.
Crowbar is kind of a character.
Crowbar. I like that his power is he has a crowbar.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't know. He's like I think he's mid. I don't know. It's like whatever. Maybe he's potential, man. I think the crowbar thing is kind of cool, but he just like doesn't do a lot, so.
Yep. Yeah.
Leprechaun Romance should have been a 30-page scientific thesis. Truth nuke.
Yep.
Did we ban this Bodhi character? Yeah, you know what? You're banned, buddy. I'm sorry.
Dude, report me. Report my ass.
I'm putting you in timeout for 1 minute.
Turn on auto mod, but only for messages from me, and it's all of them.
For 1 minute, buddy. Sorry.
Oh no.
Snowman is pretty cool, I think.
Dude, I love Snowman. She's pretty cool. Absolutely.
Pretty cool. Snowman isn't much, but she is a fun femme fatale parody for when she does show up. It's true.
Yes. Every time that she was on screen, she was all mysterious and cool and shit, and I was infatuated.
We've got
Miss Paint.
Like I argue, what do they even?
I'd say mid, but that's fine.
Mid, but that's
personally, because she does help out.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's kind of just a tool.
Yeah. Carcat Vantas. Yes, we're into characters again. Yes. Carcat Vantas.
I love him.
I think he might be the weakest ever, dude.
He's literally me. He's literally me.
He's so cool. He's one of the best characters. He's written really well. He gets to have a lot of really funny moments, but he also gets to have a lot of really serious moments.
And he's one of the characters that it represents, okay, you don't need to go god tier to be useful in a session.
It's true.
Right? And he really is such an everyman. Even if he has such a large personality, he's so normal. He's so normal. And he just kind of swings around a sickle and is mad. But that's why he's so good. Is because he represents everybody. But also, he tries so hard to be a leader. And whoever just said in chat, who's Carcat, never seen him before?
Yeah, I don't know.
S tier rage bait. I do have to kill you.
What does he even do? What does he even do?
I love him. He remains in my top 3. He's my beautiful Chud son.
No, he's very good. Aradia Megiddo.
Aradia. She has some fun moments.
I like Aradia.
She's cool.
I think Aradia is a really good character.
Yes.
I have no major qualms with Aradia. She gets a lot of range, I feel like.
Yes, absolutely. I loved voicing her while she was still dead. I thought that was so fun to do. Play like this ghostly sort of like weird character who was sort of alive but sort of not. Underrated. Underrated is absolutely a perfect adjective.
Yeah, I think she's pretty wondrous. Like, honestly,
She's
I
wondrous.
have like no beef with Aradia. Like, my only beef with
Yeah.
Aradia is that I feel like she could have been there more, but like that's not a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think she's necessarily the peakest to ever do it, but like, yeah, pretty great. Pretty great.
100%.
Goes God tier and immediately aura farms hard enough to mog 90% of the cast at that point. Yeah.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
She's often in
Comes
the
in and
background,
just
but she's so fun and interesting. Yeah.
comes in, stops Jack one-handed like a boss.
Tavros. I don't know why they went with
Oh
specifically
God.
Ghost Pupapan Tavros, but it's
So
Tavros in general.
I know I've gone on record. I know that I've said Tavros is my goat so many times.
A lot of things about Tavros.
There is no greater example of Act 6 effect than Tavros. They just took him by the collar and throttled everything that his character was to the point that I didn't like him anymore. He started off like pathetic and sad, but that was his character, right? He was endearing. He was a character who had everybody else around him manipulate him, and I kind of related to that. It was what it felt like to be bullied as a kid and have people just kind of like control your perception of yourself and how you live and how you are. And eventually, in forming the Ghost Army, he almost regains that sort of sense of freedom that he has. And then for basically all of Act 6, he's a simpering, dickish fucker, and I hate him.
Yeah, he falls off so hard.
And then at the last second,
fallout should be studied.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would have put him into the peakest to ever do it before Act 6, and now he's potential man.
Yeah, I really do
And
think,
that,
like, if they just didn't completely torpedo his character in Act 6, like, yeah.
My entire soul is pulled to bits to call him potential man.
Hey,
they really
Harley.
just killed him. Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
When the writer character assassinates your goat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you realize your goat is low-key washed. And he is. He gets washed. They bathe him.
It's unfortunate. Solix Captor. I like you, Solix Captor. You're pretty
I also
cool.
like you, Solix. You're pretty cool.
I think Solix is a really interesting character. Oh wow, a page in Potential Man. Who could see that coming? Listen, it's not because of that, but it happened.
Yeah.
Act 6 should have had him separate from Vriska early and discover himself throughout the story. I fully agree.
Hardcore yes. Hardcore yes. Yes. That should have been his quest, was to separate from Vriska. But instead, he was like, I'm gonna marry Vriska. No.
Unpopular opinion, I find him whiny. I assume you're talking about Solix. Solix, yeah, he is whiny a lot of the time. And I think that's kind of part of it. Like,
yeah,
he's very much character with the most unknown class spec. Yeah, we don't know like anything about mages. We don't know like anything about Doom as an aspect.
Doom
really
does nothing the whole series, which upsets me deeply because I like Doom a lot. I've got an OC who's a Doom class spec, and I wish that I could be able to look at the series and have any evidence for what he can
what
do.
That means, yeah.
Oops. I guess not.
Save me, Beyond Canon. Save me.
Save me,
please. Make one of your protagonists a Doom player. I think you are going to, but I can't be certain.
Anyways, so Doom, Solix.
I like Solix a lot. I think he gets a lot of really good moments. He is kind of whiny a lot of the time, but not all of the time. And it's in a kind of endearing way. You guys have OCs? Yeah, we have a fucking Homestuck roleplay server. Listen, you gotta understand this.
Yeah.
Why are we doing the tier list when we could be showing off your OCs? Okay, well,
maybe if we have time, it'll come up later. Who knows?
If we are to believe that Solix's computer virus curse, you could argue that Doom is the primary aspect next to time of the alpha session. Maybe, I guess. Doom as an aspect goes in what does he do? Yeah.
Yep, true. Truth, Nuke.
Solix is
But
the
Solix,
most guy in the comic. And you know what? You might not be wrong. Rank the OCs after this.
rank the
No.
OCs after this? Dear God. I'd have to explain so many things in so little time.
So okay, so Solix, let's get back on track. Solix Captor. I think he's a good character. I fucks with him. But I don't think I can put him above like pretty cool.
No, me either.
He gets a lot of really good character moments, and most of it I think is his dynamic with Aradia that I really like. His dynamic with Aradia and his dynamic with Karkats elevates them as characters, but he doesn't get a lot of his own.
Solix is like the mercy main of Homestuck. He's the support. He makes everyone around him better, but by comparison, he is not made better.
Solix will spend the rest of his days playing Donkey Kong Country for this SNES, and that's goated as fuck. Yeah.
Yep. Peak. Also, yes, Solix getting dual dream self did seem wasted.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked him having two dream selves. I feel like that could have been cooler.
He's a cool dude, but not much more. Nepetter, I love you, Nepetter.
I love you, Nepeta, but they did nothing with you.
They did nothing with you, Nepetter. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dude. And it sucks. And it sucks so much. But
I can't put her in potential, man. I'm sorry.
She's pretty cool.
She has to go in pretty cool for me. For me,
I love her.
It must be pretty cool. Because I think for the time that she is there, she gets a lot of really, really good moments.
Yes.
We can't just put every troll that gets killed in Murder Stuck in Potential, man.
Yeah. But we will put some there.
Some of them, yeah.
Some are gonna go.
Nepeta Stuck, read when. I've read Nepeta Stuck.
I have not. I'm not familiar with this.
I fuck with Nepeta Stuck. We could do it like real quick. It's not long. They gave up on it.
Incredible.
Nepetter. I love Nepetter. There's an interesting story where Equius dies and she lives, but that isn't the path of Homestuck. Homestuck would be infinitely better if that
Dude. Truth nuke. Truth nuke.
It would make Equius better in retrospect.
Only troll with a genuinely healthy Moira relationship.
No. We're gonna talk about this when we talk about Equius. I'm sorry.
When we talk to Equius.
I have thoughts about Equius. Kanaya Mariam.
Kanaya, oh my god, dude. May I say she's the peakest to ever do it. May I be so bold?
Yeah, Kanaya, yeah.
Lesbians together in the same tier. Wow.
Yeah.
Praise be. Kanaya is another troll that I look at and I go, your character is so interesting. You are a... Sorry, I just saw a comment in chat. All Moira allegiances are unhealthy.
Seems pretty xenophobic of you, IDK.
We're gonna have to Twitter cancel you.
You're canceled
Demonic
for that.
DB.
You're canceled. No. Yeah. Kanaya Mariam. I love you, Kanaya Mariam. You are a great character. Lesbians is great. But even outside of that, like her whole character just works really well. Now make them kiss in the tier. Hang on, let me rearrange the tier a little bit. Just
they kissing.
There we go.
And now the mayor gets to be on top, and that's what always mattered.
The scene where Kanaya revives and kicks Gamzee in the balls, chainsaws Aaron, and then punches Briscoe was peak-tacular.
Yes. 100% yes. Kanaya's whole thing about having basically the entire weight of her species on her shoulders while she's a child. She's a kid, but everybody's expecting her to bring back the matriarch, to respawn everybody, and to take the weight of everything.
She's got
and yet
so
she's
much
still
expectations put on her.
She's still such a good, like, not quite leader, but like co-captain almost.
Yeah.
damn,
Also,
she does so much.
clarification from that one chatter. I mean the ones described in the comic. You can write your OCs having an awesome diamonds all you want. That's, you know what?
Okay,
That's fair. I will say, I
that is
think there is not a healthy Moira allegiance in the comic.
correct. I'm fine to say that.
Probably. Probably. She's also a vampire, which is so badass. Yeah, Kanaya is consistently relevant to the story and consistently really good in the story. Yeah, no, so like also class spec twin Kanaya, that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
she's great. I love Kanaya. I don't know if there's a lot I need to say about Kanaya other than just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think I just really like how she's written, and I think she is consistently doing really good, cool things in the story, and being relevant and being interesting and making the characters around her better. Kanaya is the peakest. I will be taking no counter opinions at this time. That's so true.
Yep.
Terezi Pyrope. We're just good. I mean, let's be real.
Yep.
Let's
Right
be
up
I'm
there.
not even gonna
Again,
argue with you.
you all
You
remember.
can go off. I'm gonna go get more water. You go off about Terezi
Yeah.
Pyrope for a couple minutes.
Thank you. Terezi Pyrope. Also, hi chat. You're alone with me now. You're cool, Uncle Bodhi. You're safe. Don't worry. Terezi is such a good character. Such a good character the whole way through. I don't have anything bad to say against her. From the first moment she comes in, she is a fucker. She's objectively so bad to them. She tries to get the humans killed because she knows that they were like at fault for her timeline. But eventually they work together. And when they work together, her mind is so powerful, and she is an ultimate tactician, and she is the reason why the session becomes undoomed. And the fucking like the passwords and going back and repairing the timeline and retconning things, she was smart enough to put everything together. And yes, one of the best Terezi moments is when she talks like Dave in Act 5. Yes, the battle between them with like the gifts and shit, beautiful. I loved it. She's funny. She's so tragic at times too. Like sorry, still sick. Between her relationship with Gamzee and like everything she goes through emotionally with Vriska. Oh man, every time I talk about her, I feel so strongly towards her. She's such a good character, and I cannot say anything bad against her. There's not a single moment with Terezi where I was like, I don't know. Wow, I really hate this character. I was always interested. Me when I'm bored, so I have to send Jegbert to his denizen early and doom his timeline.
It's
Yep.
just so true.
Yeah.
Also, hello, I'm
She was
back.
bored.
I
Welcome
love
back.
Terezi Pyrope for a lot of the reasons that you gave that I heard the last bit of.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no counter to say about Terezi. She's great consistently. And Terezi Remember is one of the most emotional flashes in the comic.
I sobbed, dude, like a baby.
Yeah. No, she's great. She's really good. Vriska Circuit.
Oh boy.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to be putting Vriska in the peakest to ever do it. And I need it to be known this is not because I think Vriska is a good person.
Correct.
I just think she is one of the most interesting characters in Homestuck.
She's one of the most interestingly written characters, just like in general.
Yes.
She's so complex, and she's so hard to pin down ever.
Mm-hmm. I think the persistence of the Vriskors being a thing that just always keeps happening is kind of proof to me that she is a really good complicated character that you can talk a lot about and have a lot of different opinions about. And you know, I see one person in chat saying I don't like her redemption, not because it happens but because it's so fucking rushed. That's not unreasonable to say. However, I kind of don't think that the point of that was to redeem Vriska. I don't think there is ever a point in the comic in which Vriska is exonerated of the things that she did, or really is penitent of them. For the most part, like she really doesn't repent of all of the terrible things that she did in the comic.
And there were a lot.
And there are a lot of things. Is lesbian OG timeline Vriska a different character on this? Yes.
I don't think so. Is it?
Yes,
oh, she is. Oh, shit.
Yes, actually, she is. So we're talking about.
Well, then we'll get to her later.
We're gonna consider this to be Vriska up to Act 5, like up to her death, and then also game over Vriska. So I don't think the point of her coming back in Act 6 was to redeem her. But it does seem to make it pretty clear that she's kind of rewarded by being made the leader of the retcon timeline in a way, and God, I'm so yeah. I was really happy to see Vriska slowly becoming a more relaxed person and not obsessed with being important, and then the retcon. Yes, Vriska retcon literally ruins Vriska Ghost Lesbian's happy ending, and I think that's thematically relevant to her character. Yes, I agree with that. Truth nuke. Post retcon Vriska is still a bad person and is not redeemed, and in fact fucks up a lot still. It just happens to be that her being alive is perhaps not even the necessary thing, but it's the only thing that Terezi felt that she would be willing to change of her past, of how things went down. I think that her behavior in Act 6 is consistent with her being... It is entirely consistent with her worldview. She does some really fucked up shit. She continues to do fucked up shit. And it is to her largely in service of making people stronger and being a winner and strategizing out the perfect way to win everything and power gaming. She is a power gamer at heart. She was so manipulated by a lot of different people for her whole life, and I don't know if people really see that often. Yeah, this is something that is also true. I don't necessarily like the but she was manipulated argument. Like, yes, this is true. But also, like, a lot of that's true of a lot of trolls, I think. And they're not all like Vriska, but still, I do think it's relevant to consider that, yeah, she was kind of in some ways effectively groomed to be how she is, but, like, you know, it is what it is. Fun fact, the stream is actually pre-recorded a year in advance, just like the other videos. Yep. Surprise.
Yep, true.
You'll never hear us in current day. Not as an excuse for her actions, by the way. Yes, the manipulation made it worse, but she still did all that. Yeah, absolutely. Vriska coming back didn't fix Terezi. Yes, also true. It's important that we recognize that Vriska coming back is not some, like, everything is better because of Vriska. It's just that things are different in a way that means that the world isn't completely ended because Vriska happens to be there, which causes a, like, cascading effect on the timeline.
Yeah.
In all likelihood, Vriska was not necessary. It is, as Terezi says after Game Over, like, bringing back Vriska is kind of the only thing that, like, she as a mind player is, like, doesn't want to fuck with other people's decisions and their choices, and is only really willing to change her own thoughts, um or her own decisions in the past, which the biggest one of those was killing Vriska. In all likelihood, if Terezi had simply been like, I'm fine with changing what other people think, there's probably a better timeline out there, and it might not involve Vriska. But that's just not how the story goes. All that was necessary for this story to happen the way that it does is not everyone dies in game over. That's the big thing. But yeah, I've said a lot about Vriska. I have a lot of opinions about Vriska. I think she's really narratively interesting, but and is a terrible person. And it's fine. Vriska's need to be a center point ruins her relationships and thus dooms her to a life as the villain of her world. Kind of, yeah. Like, she seems to be pretty consistently of the opinion that it is okay for other people to perceive her as a villain as long as she is taking actions that she believes are good, and working towards making them better and working towards making the world better as she sees it. And also personal satisfaction, because she's definitely narcissistic to a large degree. But anyway, we've talked enough about Vriska.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna talk about another character for a while.
Cool. Torture him. Put him in the pits of hell. Put him in the pits of hell.
Get out.
Kill him.
Get out of my house, Equius Sahak.
Kill
I'm
him.
sorry.
Kill him.
Listen,
Kill
I know a lot of you people. I've seen your comments. You have opinions about Equius. You have positive opinions about Equius. Here's my problem. Equius consistently is effectively like troll racist, and a lot of trolls are that, but he's the worst offender of them. He is consistently played for a very lazy, like, sexual joke, and a lot of sex jokes, and it's just uncomfortable. It's just really weird. And then his whole relationship with Nepeta, they get like some good moments, but I really get the vibe that it is very, very controlling and very toxic. Like, it doesn't feel good to read. It feels like watching a really controlling, toxic friendship. And then he dies, and he isn't relevant to the story anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I will never forgive Equius for what he did to Aradia Bot. I will never forgive him for making this metallic body for his, I put this in heavy air quotes, friend, and then programming it to have feelings for him because he has I'm not putting this in light terms, he has a fetish for getting talked down to by people of a lower caste than him.
yes, and that's bad, and that's not comfortable. It's not cool to read. I don't like that they did that.
You made me do that.
Why would you make? I'm sorry.
Why would you
I'm
make
so
me
sorry.
do this?
John Legbert, I would argue his actions are no worse than the shit Vriska does. He's just not as entertaining. I kind of can see that. Vriska does do that weird shit with Tavros, where she does some mind control too. The slight difference being, and I'm not doing Vriska apologetics because I do think that's really shitty of Vriska, but there is a slight difference in that Vriska pretty immediately realizes not to do that and that it's bad.
Yes.
He's like 13, man. That doesn't make it better.
When I was 13, I knew not to turn my friends into robots and then try to kiss them.
Meowrail's divorce post one of their deaths would be interesting for either of them, but that's fan fiction, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I think Equius could have been saved as a character? Yes. I do think that there is a world in which Equius is not the way that I see him. The problem is where a lot of the trolls get, like, things to do after their death with, like, ghost shit, and they get like character development after that. I feel like that Aradia moment is what justifies his character getting killed off instead of improving as a person, getting a happy Nepeta ending. He's too far gone. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's why I classify my interest in Equius as cool bug enjoyment. Trademark. Okay. That's fair. Something Arceus is better, but it's also my Indigo song. Okay, yeah. My problem with Equius, yeah, is he doesn't get that depth that a lot of other characters get, where it's like a lot of people will say to me, like, he's the product of his system. He's raised in a way where he is like high on the caste system, and he has these beliefs. He's 13, he's a kid, he doesn't know better. There are other trolls in this story for whom this all applies to. The other high blood male trolls are bad too, but for context, I really like Equius, but like in the way one likes a cool bug, I want to study Equius under a microscope, put him in a terrarium, and watch what he do. It's, you know what?
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I can't fault you for that. He lived and died as a joke. Yeah, that's my big problem. He is a fucking joke of a character.
The Void of Air thing. The fucking he died bit, yeah. Void of Air. That is a fun bit.
Yeah, that's a fun bit. But again, he lives and dies by the bit. He is a joke. He is entirely there to be a weird sex joke and a weird fetish character.
And not a good one.
And a little bit racist to show the societal, like the caste system things and its impacts. And then he does some controlling shit with Nepeta, and then he does probably genuinely care for her. I'm not going to say that like he doesn't care about Nepeta, but I think he's very toxic about it. Equius does all that, and then he dies like a bitch. He goes out like a bitch, he kneels and dies. The product of the system argument doesn't work when there are so many counterexamples. I feel like it would be more of an explanation if we saw more Alternian trolls in the comic, but no. Yeah, like most of his friend group is actively calling him out for this shit.
Yep, correct.
And he is not changing. Like, he's a product of his system only works if he isn't being exposed to a lot of radically different views. Nepeta is a different view than him, and he does not listen. He refuses to take that seriously. The person that he should care the most about. Like, yeah, no, Equius, fuck off. I don't think there is no saving you. And I want you gone.
Yeah.
Gamzee.
Explosions.
Gamzee Makara.
Gamzee.
Gamzee's tricky. Because Gamzee is kind of like 2 or 3 characters.
Yep.
Gamzee is like 3 characters.
They've not separated
There's
it.
like early Gamzee, which is like chill stoner Gamzee.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like chill Gamzee. He's fun. He's a little bit of a joke character still, but like in a way that's more palatable. And then there's Murder Gamzee, who I do find quite interesting and quite threatening. I think Murderstuck is good for Gamzee.
And then there's Fridge Gamzee.
And then there's Fridge Gamzee. And weird silent clown Gamzee, who is just around and is eventually revealed to be being like controlled by Arania, kind of. He's just kind of around, and then he's on Caliborn's planet. Like, they just kind of put him everywhere.
Yeah.
It's never explained why Gamzee was able to survive being shot a billion times by Caliborn that one time, despite not actually being god tier. I believe it's explained as clowns are just like that.
Yep. That is the exact way that they phrase it. So he was kind of just kept alive for the bit because Hussey was like directly helping Caliborn like a bitch, like he is.
Yeah. I think I like early Gamzee, but his fall off is pretty bad. I don't like Gamzee overall.
I don't like him.
It's not as bad as Gamzee is, or not Gamzee, as Equius is. He's not as bad as himself.
Gamzee, arguably, yeah, Gamzee is not as bad as Gamzee is if you think about it.
He's a troll of multitudes, and all of those multitudes are flat characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't there exactly two Gamzees? The one who types in lowercase and the one who types in uppercase, depending on the state of mind they combine? No, I mean, kind of. I argue that there's basically three versions of Gamzee's character, wherein it's like there's the mixed case Gamzee, there's the alternating lines Gamzee, and then there's the doesn't talk at all Gamzee.
Mute Gamzee.
Yeah. Immortality via
he
relevance.
is a better device for the narrative than he is a character. Yes.
He's a narrative
that
device.
Is the exact
he shows up when he needs to, and is whatever.
Sometimes he shows up when he doesn't.
I think Gamzee is unironically worse than Equius. I agree with you there, but we're not talking about the epilogues.
Oh boy. Listen, okay, so for context with the epilogues, we're partway into Meat right now, and we haven't read Candy
We're pretty early into it.
I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah.
The tier list might shift. We might need to make a big screenshot of this and then adjust it later.
Character tier list. I don't know. We'll think about it. Hey, let's talk about Aridin and why he is the most potential man troll to ever exist, says some random gamer in chat.
Aridin.
Aridin is kind of a potential man. I can't even lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel more like Aridin is such a fucking Equius.
He's such a chud.
He's such a chud, but he shows at least some semblance briefly of like there's something there. There's a kernel of good in there. If we could get it out, it would be okay. And then he starts killing people and he has to die. And it's like, well, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough, bro. And then he does fall victim to Act 6 syndrome of not being one of the trolls that they develop. I guess Aerosol is there, but that's a different character we'll talk about. The foremost let's talk about it trolls being back-to-back in the emo spectrum is crazy. High Bloods are crazy like that.
That is true. That is true. They have just kind of
same level of evil as Vriska, but he's not given the chance to be made interesting. I would argue that Aridin is probably... I'd argue Aridin's maybe a little more evil. I'm not saying he does more evil things than Vriska, but I think ideologically and in his own head, his thoughts are more morally bankrupt. But I can't know that for sure. I'm not going to say that like Aridin being worse than Vriska or Vriska being worse than Aridin is something that we can settle. It's just sort of an opinion thing. He's potential good guy, not potential man. Well, I think he's potential man in general because his early writing really feels like it's setting up for a like an arc of some kind, and then he dies. Like, I don't know. Like you get what I mean, right? Wherein his early character really does feel like it is meant to be the starting point of a like being a shithead and then growing up and being better.
Yes. Because that's what a lot of the characters are in this
story. A lot of characters do that, and it really feels like they set that up with Aridin.
Because the story's about growing up. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of Homestuck.
I would be so fine if he got the... Like, Aridin... I'm not above saying that Aridin could have changed and could have been better. And maybe would have been better through more exposure to his diverse friend group in a better situation. I mean, it's already like pretty much stated in comic like that all of his like doomsday plans for like genocide are basically not actually going to happen. Like, he's not really going to do it. It's just multiple people later say they know he doesn't want to actually genocide the land dwellers. Yeah, it's like he holds... Aridin to me is like kind of a representation of like a kid who's fallen a bit too far down the alt-right pipeline and now has to reconcile a bunch of cognitive dissonance. Except they don't give him the opportunity to. He's a 4chaner, yeah.
Yeah.
Aridin being in the 3-year meteor ride would be something I would pay to see. Honestly,
yes. I'm down for that.
Aridin Empora, as he is in comic, I fucking hate him. But I'm willing to give him potential, man, because really, I do think he could have been better. I do really think he could have been better. I think the he's 13 argument works the best with Aridin. Yes, I for sure. Yeah. Where it doesn't work at all with Equius, it works perfectly with Aridin.
I'm absolutely willing to say that as well. But yeah, potential man.
Yeah, very potential man. Feferi Pisces.
Feferi is, in my mind, overriding everything else, the most potential man ever.
Yeah.
I love her. She's a girl's girl, and she wants to be normal, and she's
a great
the
character.
Heiress to the empire, and she's supposedly big. We don't really get to see that. And she's supposedly powerful. We don't really get to see that. And I like her. I really want to like her. But she just doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, she makes the dream bubbles happen, I guess. That's the thing that she gets to do. But, like, that's about it. I don't know. I feel like she doesn't have enough interactions. She doesn't have enough character, like, development. And then Feferi was funny, and I liked her, but I feel like she was overshadowed by Mina in the Condus. Yeah, like, of the Fuchsia folks, like, she is kind of just the least character of them. Feferi, how I love you, but wow, she has even less going on than Aridin. Yeah, she has a breakup with Aridin, and then she dies, and then she makes Dream Bubble. Yeah, it's like, she doesn't do enough. I like her character. I think she's really fun, and she's just not there.
Yep.
Sorry to derail Feferi, but I remembered when Hussey talked about the before-us versions of all the Alternia trolls, and Equius was the wokest and the best character in Homestuck. Like, even after the comic is over, Hussey dangles the potential depth over us. I'm pissed. Hussey wants people to like Equius, and I don't. I will not fall prey to this propaganda.
I think Hussey exists to rage bait people sometimes.
Yeah. Feferi is what Aridin would be if he was a good person at the cost of being a good character. Yeah. No, you're right. The Luci. Are these all just what do they even do?
No, except for fucking I can't remember their names.
Okay, which ones matter? The
Feferi's
Dragon Sprite. Yeah. Whatever, I like them. I don't know.
We've got fucking Equius's horseman.
Arthur. You can go and get out with Equius because it's kind of the same issue of like.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
And what's Tavros's one's name? I feel like that one came up a couple times. Tinkerbell, yeah. It's mid, but that's fine. Cool. And then the rest of them do nothing. Oh, Glib, yeah.
Pretty
potential,
cool.
Man. Has the potential to erase the universe.
I mean, it does do it, though, is the thing.
That is true.
It does literally do it. Spider-Mom helped form Vriska into the mess she is. That's a fair point. Mother Grub is peak.
Yeah.
Glib is like, whatever, pretty cool. It's aesthetically interesting, and that's all it needs to be. Mother Grub is all right. Spider-Mom, I don't like you.
Yeah.
The rest of these, I don't know what you even do. Doc Scratch.
Oh, he's so peak. I love him.
Oh, he's gotta be so in the peakest of peak, right? The peakest ever do it. He's iconic.
I can't even argue against it. He fucking hijacks the narrative for a while. He has to fix things, even though he's like the villainiest villain. The fucking moment where Lord English is born through him.
Aura.
Dude, it chills still. The highlighting the suckers line. Oh, I think about it every day. I'm like, dude, he's he's such a good example of the manipulative, cunning schemer archetype,
Oh, for
where
sure.
he's so many steps ahead of everybody else. He's also just generally kind of funny, not even intentionally, but like he's got good dialogue
Yeah.
overall.
I actually I said earlier that I think Beck Noir is the greatest villain Homestuck ever had. I think it is Scratch.
It is
I think it's
Scratch. It
Scratch
is
because
Scratch.
I think Scratch is everything that people wanted Lord English to be. Like
Yep.
before Lord English
Yeah.
was revealed. Like he's an all-present threat, but in a more subtle way. I'm losing my voice from screaming about Homestuck.
Yep. I was already losing it because I'm still sick. But
Yeah,
yes.
well, I'm just gonna quiet myself down, take a little bit of a chill pill, so I don't kill myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, do we even we don't need to talk much about Scratch, but like he's great.
No. He's
He's
incredible.
great.
Doc scratch my balls. Yes,
He's
cheese lord.
perfect.
Yes. That's
Truth
true.
nuke. This the signless. The sufferer.
He impacts the
Troll
narrative in a lot of
Gigas.
ways.
He's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Troll Jesus. He's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really have any deep opinions about him, but he's cool.
The Handmaid.
I don't have opinions on most of the ancestors.
I think the Handmaid is kind of also like pretty. Actually, I think she's potential, man. She doesn't really do a lot on screen. Like we're told of things that she does and how she's so powerful, and she's just kind of like not. She dies before we get to see her in the story, so whatever. The summoner, I don't know.
I think it's cool
fine.
to see a Tavros who's not so afraid of everything.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's neat.
Rufio as the summoner being the thing that Tavros kind of aspires to be is like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. The Psionic, they did you dirty, my friend.
They did. I like him a lot conceptually. I like that he's like, I love the visual of him being chained to the Condes's ship and like forced to pilot it because of how good he is.
Yeah.
Dude, I like it a lot. His visual is really sick.
He's very neat. The Disciple.
Meh.
You don't do anything. Like,
yeah, you don't do anything. It's just like she really liked.
She
this
writes some shit down.
Yep.
The Dolorosa.
The Dolorosa.
She raises the signless.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
That's mom.
That's mom. She's pretty cool, I guess. John interacts with her once in the when he's fucking warping through time.
Oh god, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Neophyte Red Glare is a character actually. But probably just still pretty cool. And actually, I'm gonna drop some of these down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drop the Dolorosa down. Mindfang.
Okay, now Mindfang we can actually get into.
Mindfang we can
because
talk
obviously
about.
she's actually a character. She's holy shit.
She makes you read smut in Homestuck.
She does. She makes you read Homestuck smut in Homestuck, and she's menacing. She's I think such a. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. She's an example of like one of the most adults in Homestuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's, and we actually get her perspective more than any other adult in Homestuck.
It's also interesting how much she influences Vriska to be the way that she is.
Yes.
Just inadvertently.
Yeah, absolutely. Mindfang's so relevant, she made Arania and Vriska worse people. Yes.
True.
Yes, a good showcase of what Alternia was actually like. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
She is leagues above every other ancestor.
I think she goes in Wondrous Creature, honestly.
I agree.
I hate her. She's evil. but like,
But
but in a good way, in a way that is interesting to engage with and cool.
yes, the whole section of Mindfang's journal was so deeply intriguing to me. And also I had to read smut live on camera, which
Yeah,
was weird, but
you know.
it was pretty sweet.
Do you think Mindfang would not like how Vriska and Arania turned out? That lingers on my mind genuinely. I don't know. That's tricky. I think. Hmm. I think that Mindfang would have probably respect for Vriska by the end of the story. I don't think the same can be said for Arania.
I think that she would think that neither of them went far enough.
Probably
Almost.
true. Would she have wanted the people she spawned off to be better people than her, even though she prefers to be awful, is what I mean.
No.
I don't know. I think she
I
would
don't
see
think so.
Vriska as being better than she was, even under that scenario. Not
Yes.
good, but better. But yeah, I don't know.
This plan really was rushed.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is even this guy's name? I actually literally don't remember.
What does he even do? What is his bid again? I don't remember what he does.
He the expatriate.
Oh right.
I just don't remember him. I don't remember what he do. You know what? That's what did they even do? The Grand High Blood.
Conceptually, he's cool. His that one frame that he's got, I where he's just like aura farming, sitting in the ship or whatever.
Yeah, he's got aura.
He's got aura.
I mean,
he's got potential.
He's potential, man. He doesn't really do much, but whatever.
Dual Scar.
Expatriate. He chickens out and doesn't kill off Nepeta's ancestor and then makes my face prosthetic. I don't care. Whatever. That's fine. Orphan or Dual Scar. Worse than Mindfang, like not as interesting as Mindfang, mostly because we only hear about him really through Mindfang's perspective.
But what we hear is neat.
Yeah, he's kind of interesting. Yeah. The Condess.
Oh boy.
Her imperious condescension.
She is, first of all, I find it deeply funny that she's Betty Crocker.
It's a really good bit. I can't lie.
Yeah. She is an ever-present threat once you get to the second session, because you hear about her and everything that she's done every time. And she's like the progeny of villainy, and she's been raised to be brutal and ruthless and controlling, and she has everything, and she knows that she has everything and controls everything, and she's she's a menace. She's just a menace. That's the easiest way to put it. And I really like her character specifically in relation to... Holy shit. I know this character. I'm not genuinely blanking on the name. This can't be happening. Mina. Jesus Christ.
Mina. Yeah.
I like what she is in comparison to Mina specifically. She's good. She's really good. I'd say she's wondrous.
The Condess is very fun and has some good threatening aura, but is also kinda a racist caricature. Yeah, I mean,
wait, of what?
It's the like.
Am I not woke enough?
They are low key doing a little bit of blackface here, but.
Oh man.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's. I mean.
Hussy.
Hussy. When I get you, Hussy. it's also the angry black woman trope. I mean, yeah, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
so, kinda. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, no, that's fair. I still think that she is. I mean, regardless of Hussey's intentions and the writing team's intentions, I think she is a good character. And it's not really something that I would have picked up on if not for other people mentioning it and me being like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I still think she is a good villain and a good and interesting character, but
Yeah.
I don't know, probably just pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm willing to accept
Probably just
that.
pretty cool. Docked points for being a little bit of a racist caricature.
Damn it,
That's
racism.
yeah,
Yeah,
damn you,
damn you,
racist.
Hussey. We
Damn
all
you,
say in unison.
Hussey. Uh, so this is his
What is
honorable
that?
tyranny
Who?
from the Alternian legal system.
Oh, it's like the big judge guy?
He is in like one frame where Mindfang fights
What does
him.
he even do?
We don't know. We really don't know. He's cool. He looks cool. That's it. I don't know. I have to go. If this video isn't uploaded later on, I will send you Spurb. This video should be archived. But you know, send us Spurb anyway. Whatever. Who cares?
I'll play it.
Yeah, we'll end the world. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Sure. Yeah, me and you, dude. Let's go.
Can we get 1,000 likes for a Spurb Let's Play?
Woo!
Um.
Anyways, yeah. Jesus Christ. This tier list is long.
It is. We're getting there. We're making progress. We've got
Jane
Crocker.
Okay. Jane is... She's definitely my least favorite of the Alpha Kids by like a wide margin.
She's so very bland.
She is nothing. She could be so much more.
Like, I would argue that to some extent she is trying to she could never be John Egbert is all I'll say. They're trying to do a similar thing with her where she's kind of like a little blank slatey, but like, you know, kind of naive.
We've already got a blank slate.
John is not really a blank slate. He's got his personality.
He's not.
He's
whimsical.
Jane just
plain Jane, yes.
Very little. And also, she's like uber rich and a super capitalist. Like, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah. They could have done more with like the pressure of taking on the corporation, or
I think
like
Jane is a potential, man. I can't lie.
That is depressing to say, but it's correct.
Yeah. I feel like she just like she gets good moments. She gets good emotional moments for sure, but just like I don't know. I feel like for a main human character, there needs to be more there. She fails to confess to Jake, gets high on alien drugs, and talks to her grandmother self, and that's all she ever does. Kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. She's just kind of boring. Roxy, a much better character, and immediately I'm putting her in peak.
Do it, twin. Do it.
Go in peak, Roxy Lalonde. You are one of my favorite characters in the comic, if not my favorite.
She does basically the inverse of what Rose does, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where she starts off hampered by her addiction and she claws through it, and then she gets there later rather than, you know, Rose who does the inverse and then comes out of it. But she's so much like she's bubblier and livelier, and in a way she does kind of play the John-esque role of somewhat, you know, like enthusiastic friend. Her whole thing of like completely failing at romance in every single way and being flirtatious but not ever actually doing anything about it. And she's
flirty in that like the way that you all, I feel like everyone has like one friend who's like kind of weirdly flirty to just everyone, but you know
Yes,
they mean nothing by it. Like, really?
exactly. And she's the true MC of the Alpha timeline, and we gotta accept that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Berry. Yes. Um,
It's just
and
true.
she kills the Condesce, and she kills the Condesce because she's the protagonist, and she's the best, and she's funny as
Mm-hmm.
fuck. And through the course of her time in the jail, where she's like, uh, where she's trying to make the Maitri orb, I felt so happy when she was done. I loved it.
Yeah. No, I really do think that yeah, just what Seaberry is saying in chat. She works as a protagonist, she works as a secondary character, she works as a foil, and as someone being foiled, and as a core to a dynamic, she's it all. Yes, like
Yep, she's every woman.
I think that she is in my mind on par with like John as a protagonist character. And given that I have her in a tier above John here, like I think that's really just because John is throughout the whole comic and I have a little bit more expectation for him, and he lets me down a couple times, like not badly but a couple times, whereas with Roxy it just doesn't happen. Roxy is just completely peak the whole way.
Yep.
Dirk Strider.
Dirk.
Now
I have
we've
complicated
got
feelings
some
about Dirk.
interesting stuff.
Yes. Dirk is. I've come around on Dirk. During the course of the series, at least at first, I was like, oh, he's just kind of a dickhead. But there's so much more to him than that. He's a deeply flawed individual who I think, honestly, his self-perception clouds the kind of person that he actually is and makes him worse. There's this whole thing, like about his different sub personalities and the splinters
All
of
his
himself
splinters and whatnot. Yeah.
all the splinters. Yes, he's a character that hates himself so much that he hurts everyone around him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He hates himself so much, and yet he keeps making himself. He's a Prince of Heart because he kills his own emotions by surrounding himself by himself, and he drags himself further into this sort of semi-depressive state. And he is an upsetting character if you think about him for more than 5 seconds.
It's true. It is
true. And I'm kind of intrigued like where he's at in the epilogues currently, which I won't spoil anything about where we're at.
Yeah,
but he's doing some shit.
Point. We're at kind of around the point, but don't talk about it in chat. Don't accidentally spoil anything for Bodhi.
But he's doing some shit there, which is a very interesting layer to his character. But in Homestuck, I like what he winds up doing for and with Dave by the end of it, because I feel like if Dave got to be in Dirk's life and they got to be brothers, both of them would be better for it. But Dirk had to grow up completely alone with nothing but himself again, and then himself a third time, and then some friends online. And so he had this just nexus of hatred in his life.
It's true.
And that's what he became.
Yeah, no, for sure. I pretty much agree with like all of that. I think Dirk is really, really interesting from a kind of tragic point. Like, I mean, both of the Striders are very much tragic characters in a lot of ways, but with Dirk, it's a lot more up front and center. Dirk could be the person he wants to be technically. It's so achievable, but he's just so stuck running in circles and dragging himself down. Yeah.
Yes.
The worst person of the 8 humans, but also the most interesting. He's the Vriska of humans. Interesting.
Ding, ding, ding.
I pretty much agree. I think I gotta put him in peak. He's...
Yep. 100%. So what I'm learning is that the Strylons are automatically better than the Harleys and Egberts.
The Harley Crocker Burt Englishes. Speaking of, Jape English.
Jinglish.
Jinglish.
He is also sadly potential,
I
man.
don't know that I.
Okay, so
I think he's a little better. I don't know.
He is better than potential, man.
I think
He's just
pretty
kind
cool,
of. I
personally.
feel like his whole arc is also him getting ridden around by other people, much
Yeah,
like Davros. Um, but in his case, somehow that winds up with him awakening his god powers and becoming a nuclear bomb.
it's true.
Um, so somehow his message is get manipulated and you'll do better.
Uh,
I don't know how I feel about that.
maybe not better. I don't know if it was necessarily better when he did that. Like sometimes, I don't know. He had a big power, and it like that wasn't necessarily good. um,
Yeah,
the narrative kind of clowns onto him. Even if he isn't potential man by the standard of the tier list, he is literally the embodiment of that meme. I do agree with that. But I think
yes.
character wise, I do like his character, at least. Like, he's only barely above potential man here, I do think. I think he's just a little bit more interesting of a character than a lot of the characters we have in potential man tier. He gets to be a little bit more of a central figure. He gets a little bit more development. Granted, he doesn't necessarily come out the other side of, well, no, I would argue that he does kind of come out the other side of that in the comic with his final fight in Collide being like him soloing a bunch of the felt.
Yeah.
He gets to have a standing on his own moment. And it's not perfect. It's not a perfect narrative resolution, but I see what they're going for enough that it's like, yeah. I really dislike how original Homestuck writes Jake because it mostly feels like the same 3 unfunny jokes repeated ad nauseum. That's kind of fair. Jake's best moment is represented by shitty claymation. Kind of true.
That is true, actually. Yeah, that did happen.
He soloed the felt. Duoed really Casey was there. I mean, yeah, true, but you know, mostly soloed. I think he gets that moment, and it's just the one thing that is barely keeping him out of potential man tier is he has at least a little bit of narrative resolution to his arc where he gets to stand on his own a bit. Obligatory, the epilogues fix Jake, not because I don't believe it. I do. It's just, it gets tiring to say. Yeah. No, it's true. The epilogues do a lot better for Jake, I think. Which I think is kind of funny, but we'll talk about that later, probably. We won't talk about now. Lil Hal, the autoresponder.
Also an intriguing character.
Yeah.
On his own, he's the splinter of Dirk, but he's also like he's a dark mirror. He's definitely not wholly Dirk. He has none of the emotions, and sure, you could argue that, you know, Dirk is less emotional than the average bear, but Hal has none of that processing power at all, and he just says what he needs to get what he wants. He is like a pure psychopath. And there was that whole moment with him and Dirk up on the rooftop where he suddenly goes, "Please don't do this. I'm scared." And that just like, first of all, I think Dirk and Lil Hal on the rooftop in the breakdown in my top underrated moments of all time of Homestuck.
I think it's
one of
the better pieces of dialogue.
It's
also
such good writing.
Good point from Cloudy Thoughts in chat. From Hal's perspective, he was Dirk in his memories once before just suddenly being a program out of nowhere. Like, imagine that.
So if you think about it this way, you saying that has now made me realize he's kind of narratively similar to Dave Sprite in a way.
He's a very much a Dave Sprite type character.
Which is intriguing for me to think about now that you say it. So thank you. Thank you, humble chatter. Either way too charitable towards Hal or way too mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I do think he's a dickhead, absolutely, and he's manipulative and he's disgusting frequently, but he's not like straight up a villain.
I don't
He's
think he's
cool.
fully the like unfeeling machine that he is playing the part of. But I also don't think he's entirely just the innocent child Dirk version either.
In my mind, Hal is pretty cool as a character.
I think so too. I think so too. I think most of what makes Hal good is that he serves to give Dirk a lot of self-reflection. So he's another one of those characters that like really, he kind of is in a similar place to Solix actually for me, where like he's good and I like him, but most of his value comes from making other characters around him more interesting.
That is a wild comparison, but I get what you mean.
Lil Hal is interesting, and then he becomes the most I honestly would rather be reading Caliborn right now character in Becoming Arqueus. Okay, that's fair to say, but also in my mind, I would a lot of the time rather be reading Caliborn. I find Caliborn really funny. We've got Vodka Mutini.
That's a cat.
That's a cat. Pretty cool. We've got G-Cat. That's a cat. Worse than Becquerel.
This is a million percent. Yeah.
Potential cat.
P-Cat, more like.
Lil Seb.
Lil Seb is cute. I like Lil Seb. He's funny.
Pretty cool.
That's about all I can say about him.
Fucking Square Wave.
Square Wave. Okay, fine.
Whatever. Square Wave and Sawtooth or whatever. I don't care about you.
Yep.
That's
Guy Fieri, I think, is...
That cat is an ass. Yeah, but it's a cat. Like,
yeah.
What do you want?
G-Cat does like
actually,
nothing. That is true.
To mid, but that's
G-Cat is basically just like a miscellaneous threat.
Yeah.
That gets basically off-screened.
Guy Fieri. I don't like you.
Actual insane clown posse.
This might actually just be Get Out. I don't know.
They're whatever.
I don't know why they're there. They should. Whatever.
I have no
Fuck
feelings
off.
for them.
Fuck off. Is Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff on here? No, but they'd both be in the peakest to ever do it.
They'd both be the peakest to ever do it. I mean, come on.
Tavra Sprite.
Tavra Sprite, I don't like you.
I don't like you. Yeah. You do
it was basically just a method to torture
thing for both of the characters that you are, but like not whatever. You're nothing.
Tavra Sprite on its own is nothing.
The Prophet Guy Fieri, you mean? Put some respect on his title. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to.
I'm not going to, actually. I think the main ICP guy's daughter was into Homestuck for a while. That's funny.
That is really funny. That is really funny.
G-Cat is ignored because otherwise the Condis would just have a nuclear bomb all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, damn, I did not know Aqueous was that low, Lamau. When we post the VOD, go back and watch me rant about Aqueous. I have thoughts.
Yeah, we both do.
The VOD should be up just immediately after the stream. Or you can rewind now, but then you won't see it live. I don't know.
So...
Aerosol.
Right. I have almost no feelings.
He's kind of interesting, but like, I don't know, he's mid, whatever.
I don't feel anything towards Aerosol Sprite. He comes in and he flips you off and then he leaves.
I mean, he has dialogue. He has good dialogue.
I don't remember it.
That's fair. I was the one doing it, so I remember it better. Okay, y'all, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. Goodbye, John Legbert, my glorious goat.
John Legbert, goodbye.
Farewell. Fare thee well. Yeah, Aerosol gets at least a little bit of interesting dialogue, but it's mostly like about self-hatred. He gets to talk to Fafetta, which is kind of interesting because he apologizes to both parts of Fafetta for different things.
Yeah, that part I get.
It's kind of interesting. You know, he's kind of interesting, but I don't know, he's kind of mid, whatever. Fafetta.
Poor sweet Fafetta.
Poor sweet Fafetta. You're pretty cool. You do nothing, but you're pretty cool.
Yeah, you're pretty cool.
See y'all in the comments on the epilogue videos comments section. Thank you, John Legbert.
We will
Thank
see you there. Arqueus.
Arqueus.
Oh boy.
Arqueus. Arqueus is better than Equius was.
Yep.
I will say.
Not better than Hal was.
Not better than Hal was.
He's not potential, man.
He's not. He's somewhere. He's either mid, but that's fine, or I don't like you. I don't.
He's mostly just a joke. I think he's mid.
I think he's mid. He is mostly a joke. His good moments are the Hal side of him being there.
Yes.
The Equius side only serves to make it worse.
It's just, hey, poke my fucking muscles. Look at how buff I am.
Actually, there's a lot of really uncomfortable. I don't like when he's there. So yeah, I don't like him, actually. I don't like when he's on screen. Arqueus might have been the best thing for AR and Equius. Personally, for each of them, I think it was a good thing to happen to them. I don't like it, though. Callie, my baby. I love her. Calliope. Oh, Calliope. Oh, baby. Oh, wonderful creature, I think.
She was born knowing, she was born basically knowing that she would lose. And she tried her hardest, and she loved her friends so much, and she wanted to help them so bad at every turn. And every time she got to give them more evidence, it was almost more of a nail in the coffin that she wouldn't be the one winning at the end of the day. Even though it looked like she would, her brother fucked around, as he always does. And
she lost to cheating. It was like...
she lost to the fucking hats, bro. Calliope, they could never even attempt to make me hate you because I would cover my ears and go la 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 la.
Yeah. I'm so nauseously mixed on Calliope as a person and a character. I could never deep dive into her without the mental and emotional equivalent of motion sickness. What do you... Please expand on that. What do you... If you're willing. I don't follow. We like Calliope, but I feel like she is sort of a nothing burger. I don't agree.
I don't either.
The part where we differ. I do think that she is kind of relegated to being a very minor role in the story, but I think that's okay. I mean, I think that's kind of her point.
She is.
Like, alt Calliope is on here and is the one that is relevant to the story more so. And I think that's okay. I think it's good, in fact, because the whole point with Calliope is that she is, and this is true of a lot of characters in Homestuck, is that she is kind of gets freed from her expectations and her requirements. Okay, I think she's simultaneously an interesting and overstimulating and underutilized character, and I simultaneously think she is a very morally complex person, despite the comic wanting us to see her as not entirely morally sound, but comparatively. That's fair. I think, yeah, the like cherub belief system is kind of very interesting. And very different from humans. But I think, I don't know. I feel like she has a bit more substance than Jane. I do feel like alt Callie telling her to live her own life, but I feel like it isn't expounded upon as much as it should be. That's kind of fair. I think it's okay for it to be that, though. Personally, like Homestuck does have this persistent like theme of it really being like characters are freed from their expectations and their role and are like allowed to just be who they are. And I think Callie does exemplify that quite well. She has a slow burn character in the fast-paced bit of the comic, methinks. That's probably why a lot of people have a bit of a negative perception. I like Callie. I think Callie's great. She's like a little bit but I still think she's pretty wondrous. I think putting her in the same tier as like John and Jade makes sense, and like Mindfang. Yeah. That feels right.
In my mind, yeah, she is about the same love as John in my heart.
There are qualms that you could have, but mostly I'm positive. Caliborn. Ooh. Ooh,
I
Caliborn.
know you feel a lot more positively
I
about Caliborn than
I
I do, so
really
go
like
ahead.
listen. I really like Caliborn. He's terrible. he's he sucks so much and it's great. He's such a good character. God, I hate him, but in a good way. Yeah. Um Onto a character I love with my whole heart, no sarcasm. I hate him in every right way possible. I think where Doc Scratch is the greatest like villain that the story has, the in terms of being like a threat and a threatening force, I think Caliborn is like the most fun villain. He's really just unabashedly terrible. Um and yeah, Caliborn was so funny with that one pestalog between him and Jane was legitimately hard to sit through. That is probably the
Yeah,
worst thing.
it's
Um
it's hard to sit through a lot of his dialogue, and I didn't even voice him. I didn't even voice him. Every time he was talking, I was sitting there cringing. I don't find him that fun. I get why people find
that's
him fun, but
fair.
personally, I don't. I just find him uncomfortable. And okay, what I did enjoy of him was his exploration of his planets. I thought that part was neat, like his ascension to a lord. But whenever he was talking with the humans or manipulating them or talking to them, he's evil, but in like a
He's just a
in a way
dick.
that I don't find. He's just dickish. He's a cyberbully. And I just find him off-putting generally. Like, and not in a way that I'm like, oh, you're really interesting. I find Callie to be the most interesting reflection on how cherubs are propagated. But Caliborn is just kind of I don't he's just not. He doesn't do anything for me. You can rank him, and I'm sure that you'll give him a more appropriate ranking than I would. I don't like him,
I don't know if there's
like on
such
any
thing as a
level.
more appropriate ranking, but I I think here's my case for Caliborn. I think him kind of just being a dick consistently is the right thing for him to be. Um because his whole thing of like being a another player of the game. Yeah, generic client in chat is bringing up exactly the point that I was about to. Homestuck is about online friendships, so it makes sense that the main villain would be a cyberbully. He
Yeah.
is the epitome of being a shitty dickhead power gamer who trolls you and your friends on the internet and is an asshole for no reason and is like kind of funny to like mock because he's so weird and dumb. um he has genuinely terrible, awful, disgusting views with the attitude of a Saturday cartoon villain. Yeah, like Caliborn is a person that you would run into on a fucking forum on the early internet who would piss you off so much, but you would share it around with your friends and you'd laugh at him. He's that
Okay, wait.
person, but if he suddenly had the powers of a god.
I just saw in chat someone said something that has suddenly 100% brought me around on him. They win by ignoring him.
Yes, it's perfect. Exactly.
That is actually really funny. That is really
I
funny.
think he's a really good villain for Homestuck. Like he's not my favorite villain in Homestuck. That's Doc Scratch. He's not even the most threatening villain in Homestuck, really, because he doesn't like actively, really go to people to do things. He just kind of keeps egging them on. Kind of odd Hussey keeps pointing out his supposed learning disability in multiple occasions, but I ain't gonna pretend to be surprised to see it. That's my problem with Hussey, not my problem with Caliborn.
Yeah, listen, Hussey's in this tier list. We all know where he's
We'll
going.
get to
Make no
Andrew fucking
mistake.
Hussey. The best part of him is how pathetic and stupid he is. He hypes himself up so much, but if you peel back his little cult of personality, he is a sad, lonely little boy playing with dolls alone. He is the lol cow of Homestuck. Yeah, it's true.
Oh my god.
And also Caliborn isn't Lord English. Like it's technically different, but he
Yes.
mostly. But like yeah, the idea of like the shitty troll dickhead lolcow that you and your friends would make fun of on the internet who is like consistently espousing the worst beliefs, but in the funniest way, uh, suddenly now has powers over all of time. Uh, oops. Making the main villain of a story about growing up, a guy who doesn't grow up, is perfect. Lord English is a cherub with a stunted growth. He doesn't have the adult cherub body. Yeah, it's true. He doesn't predominate properly. He can never grow up. That's like a main thing. He cheats
Okay,
to
the
predominate
people are
over
bringing me
Callie.
around on this.
This is why, like, I get it is a lot of the time uncomfortable to read Caliborn's writing, and I think that's okay. This is one of those cases where, like, that is the intent with Caliborn. He is supposed to make it you feel a little uncomfortable in a kind of funny way. But you're supposed to, it's like, whereas with Equius, it's like, it doesn't feel right to be that because it's like, he's not like an antagonist, or supposed to be, really. Like,
Yeah.
maybe he is, I don't know. It's unclear why they do it with Equius or with a lot of these characters. With Caliborn, it makes perfect sense to me. I'm gonna put him in Wondrous Creature, personally. This is my opinion. Other people may have different opinions. Bodhi, I would understand if you would want to put him down a couple tiers.
I get it.
But
I get it.
He's the epitome of, well, actually, my OC is the strongest, because he has always been here and has every power and is unkillable. Yeah, he's that.
Yeah, basically.
Unnecessary evil, yeah. Lord English.
Lord English.
I don't know. I'm a bit lukewarm on Lord English.
I don't know
actually.
either. He's the big end game threat, and I will say the scene where they summoned him, as I was talking about with Scratch, was
He has aura.
Fucking huge. He has aura, and that's
oh yeah,
and also the fact that they talked about him since the beginning of the intermission, which is wild to think about.
Yeah, but his biggest trait is being in the background of the narrative, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of a cool thing for a villain to just kind of be like around, but not really. Like, Lord English never really personally antagonizes most of the main cast.
Correct.
Will, your voice acting for Caliborn has been the funniest part of the series for me. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Aww.
Yeah, no, Lord English, he's like, he probably has a personality, and considering his parts, it's probably pretty interesting, but boy, if we don't get to see it, yeah. I think he's pretty cool, but that's pretty cool with a question mark at the end, I feel like. I don't know, what do you think, Bodhi?
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah. He's kind of nothing to me.
He's cool at a baseline, and that's about it.
He's aura. That's about it.
Alt Calliope.
Alt Calliope is interesting.
Alt Calliope is very interesting.
From the world where she actually took predomination and she killed her brother, and she's like this doom and gloom prophetess who knows that she wouldn't have even if she took predomination, would never have been the weapon for her own universe. Ooh.
Yeah. Also, some random gamer in chat. Also, I know I didn't say it earlier, but Bodhi, your voice for Terezi is on par with some of the other voices I've heard for her over the ages. Same with Will's Roxy. You are too kind to us, chat.
Quite frankly, chat. I say this deeply and truly. Thank you.
Quite frankly, you are very
Terezi is the best, and I still love voicing her. I cannot do any voices right now because I've said it several times.
He's so sick.
I'm so sick. I am beplagued.
Everyone thank Bodhi for being here. For pulling himself out of plague
I keep having
sorrow.
to mute myself to cough off camera, but I would not be anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bodhi.
But anyways, back to rankings.
Alt Calliope.
Alt Calliope is
very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I think that she just goes next to herself
I think
and her
so.
brother.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, put her
I
right in the middle
actually
there.
agree. Um, Angry Vantas.
Killed him.
Oh no, Cakery,
Put him in the pits of hell.
no.
Put him in the pits of
Oh,
hell. Killed
you
him.
have to
Killed
get
him.
out. You have to get out of my home.
He's fake woke and he has to be
I
slaughtered.
want to like you so bad, Cakery Vantas, but you're terrible and I hate you.
You're awful.
I want so bad to like you, Cakery Vantas.
Bar for bar, that's my opinion on most of the Dancestors. I want to like you so bad, but I just can't.
Damara Megiddo is
Wait, hold up. Some random
oh,
gamer is saying don't kill him yet.
don't kill him yet. Let us speak. Make your case, chat. Make your fucking case about
You are on the chopping block.
Vantas, because I really wanted to like him. I actively tried to like Cakery. Let me explain something. Spit your shit, but you must understand.
I'm staring at the screen. I'm looming.
I like Cankry because it's like, what if Jesus reincarnated in the modern day as a Twitter slacktivist? Yeah, but I don't like it because it feels really like the author trying to just fucking straw man a bunch of political opinions.
Yeah.
And then also he's just not consistent in his own fucking views. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And they've
Maybe
got a better
point,
Wokoid in the Dancestors.
Yeah.
We'll get to her later, though.
Hussy writing moment for most of these guys.
Yeah. Yep. Look, this walk around, there's a reason I complained through half of it. It's just so long and it's just so nothing.
Cankry is a misinterpreted dig at the people who were fake woke, and people took it as and ran as, oh, Hussy hates you guys. I can kind of agree with that. But I think the problem is that the fake woke idea feels like an overblown thing from another like political point. Cankry isn't supposed to be a straw man, I don't think. He's supposed to be about like hypocrites. I get that that's supposed to be the point. I don't like. It's just that some of the things that I can't believe you two had to do Act 6 Intermission 3 twice.
Genuinely a form of torture in hell, in real hell.
Cankry is absolutely a hand of the author character and nothing more, but if you squint really hard, there's substance to analyze there. I agree. I think Cankry, like, I get that the point is that, like, supposedly he's supposed to be, like, a critique of... I mean, this is true of a lot of the Dancestors. They're critiques of certain types of people. But they're critiques of certain types of people who Andrew Hussey does not like. In a lot of ways.
I've got to come in on this. Cankry is woke 1.0. Karkat is dark woke. I deeply disagree. Karkat is dark woke. I'm willing to say that. Cankry is not woke 1.0. Cankry is what people force their perception of woke 1.0 to be. He's not actually woke. He's just sitting there. He's a keyboard warrior, right? Mm-hmm. He's doing nothing. He's not. He's useless.
It's the thing that actually Donnie is saying in chat right now. If it was meant to be more critical of fake wokeisms, he'd be written to better convey that. Exactly. Like, what you could do with Cankry is have him spit a lot of, like, social justice stuff in a way that, like, he sounds passionate about it, and then the other characters are like, why don't you do anything? Like, you are sitting behind your computer and talking about this. Like, there is something to say there about, like, the slacktivism idea of, like, you have all these political opinions and then you don't go and you do anything about it. You're not taking action on it to try and actually make the world a better place. There's something there. That's not, I think, what Hussey is doing, though. Like, the parody doesn't work. And it doesn't work from a point of, like, it really feels like Hussey is using Cankry to... I can't prove this, but it feels to me like Cankry is being used to make fun of people who point out a lot of the more problematic parts of Homestuck.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
that
Will,
Porim might
sorry.
actually do that unless I'm forgetting those intermissions. Porim does actually do that once. And I think that should have been more central to Kankri. I don't think it works when Kankri's like whole thing is not like yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it.
Will, I've
Yeah.
just got to do an offside real quick. I need to hop out for like 10 minutes. Just keep going.
Just do the dance
I'll be
sisters without
right
you.
back. Just do
Okay.
the dance sisters without me. I know that we agree 99%
Yeah,
on
that's
them. I'll
probably
come back and
true.
spin my shit in a minute.
Okay.
Chat, don't be afraid. I will be back.
Okay. You are left with just me for now, chat. We're gonna do all the dance sisters really quickly. Damara Megiddo is I'm sorry. I know we have one really big Damara fan. You can sound off. I think Damara has big potential, potentially. We had our arcless one. It's time for our bodiless one. Yeah. Damara could have maybe had big potential, but I don't like that, like, her entire characterization in the intermission is being, like, hentai stereotype thing. Like, what are we doing? You can't. I don't like that the bit with Tamara is she is. She's Japanese and, like, excessively horny for being kind of a child. Hussey was asked to stop using the R slur, and he had to make a straw man to whine about how he can't use these words anymore because of these freaks. Yeah. Damara is a good character from a Watsonian perspective, but we know that Hussey wrote her as a racist caricature. Yes. It feels racist, and it also feels really just, like, weirdly sexual. Like, yeah, I don't, call me crazy, but I don't think that again, I will never accept the, by the way, just general point of advice for me, I will never accept the well, she's technically thousands of years old for any character who is, like, a child and then in this case died and lived for a bunch of years in the afterlife. I don't care. I do not care. That is a child. And it's not to say that you can't do, like, romance with, like, child characters. Like, a lot of very, very popular things are, like, high school romance things, and that's fine. You can do it. But this is just, like, weird over-sexualization, I feel like. It's bad. It's bad, and I don't like it. It's icky. The best part of Damara is that you can't actively read her writing unless you speak Japanese. And even then, it's weirdly, badly, like, translated. I know I keep bringing them up, but what Before Aradia did with the Japan stuff is 10 trillion times better than Damara. Yeah. They straight up don't mentally mature as ghosts. I feel like that's not even argued much. Yes. The Dance Sisters were 19 when they died? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I might be stupid. I don't really know enough about the Dance Sisters, mostly because I don't like them. So that might be a misplay on my part. My bad. Hussey himself points out ghost immortality doesn't actually make sense for aging, but Damara's 19. Oh, but that, right, sorry, yes, they are 19 because there's the other problem with Mina that we'll get into. My fault, gang. I just can't care about the Dance Sisters because they only exist in 3 flashes. Yeah. Still, it feels weird. I don't like Damara. She's very one note in a way that Equius is, actually. She's very similar to Equius, where it's like, we're gonna do the sex joke, and this time it's a little bit racist. Okay. Rufio Nitram. Rufio Nitram. What does Rufio Nitram do? Rufio is like... I don't like him. I don't like him. But I don't remember enough of what he does. Chat, remind me about Rufio Nitram, please. I'm so sorry. He's very forgettable to me. He's like a ladies' man, I think. Yeah, that was the idea. I remember that aspect of his character. Rufio is slightly more bearable. Rufio, oh my god, I love that. Rufio cheats on Horace, kind of. Yeah. Dante Bosco voiced Rufio in the system. What? Bro talks so much about his jealous, crazy ex. Bro, you cheated on her and gaslit her about it? Oh, right. Yeah. He's a Charmer Peter Pan type dude, if memory serves, but most of that is kind of self-stated and not observable. Yeah, he's kind of nothing, and I don't really fuck with his personality. I don't know. He's, like, not as terrible as a lot of them, but, he's, yeah. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Rufio. I don't like him, but not, like, strongly don't like him, just kind of a little don't like him. Matuna, I'm so sorry. I need to make it clear. I think Matuna is just a horrifically ableist stereotype. And also underneath that, he says some really abhorrent shit. I feel so bad for Matuna. I think he was the least popular Dancester on the official Discord vault. That's fair. It should be Cronus, but I can understand it being Matuna. Matuna Captor, I don't like reading when you are on screen because it makes me feel so bad. I just feel bad, and I just wonder why Hussey wrote you like that. There's actually a super interesting mystery at the core of Matuna's character, but it gets nothing. No screen time, no follow-up. I kind of forgot most of what Matuna said since I could barely read any of it. Yeah, I wonder why it was that Hussey decided that we'll give the disabled character the least legible typing quirk. I wonder what he was trying to say with that. Hussey, when I get you, Hussey. He's supposed to be like a 4chaner, but yeah, this is the problem, is that he's doing two things at once. He is parodying, like, it's really unclear what he's supposed to be, because he's a 4chaner, and what this tells me is that, like, Hussey is trying to call, like, all 4chaners, like, mentally disabled, which, like, is a kind of ableist way to make a critique of 4chan. Like, you should have just presented him as a 4chaner and let that speak for itself, because 4chaners are already fucking ridiculous and terrible. Most of the Dancestors could have been written better, but Hussey was forced to make them characters because people wanted the ancestors to be characters. I don't think that's a fair reason. Hussey could have done whatever the fuck he wanted for the story. He did not have to. I refuse to believe that Hussey had to make the Dancestors terrible character assassinations. Matuna was the most popular in the Discord vault. Rufio least somehow. What are we doing? What? How? Oh my god. There's also the part where Hussey was, like, aware that Matuna was a stereotype, but he just wrote it off with Cancri calling Matuna bad representation. Oh my god. Yeah. No, Matuna's terrible. More than Mina? Yeah. Look, okay. I can't believe that. Matuna's terrible. He's, like, he's a terrible caricature of a mentally disabled person, and also a bad parody of 4chan. If you want to parody 4chan, just present arguments that 4chaners make. It's fine. You don't have to go to your way to do a really shitty, like, ableist caricature to do it. Porum was way at the bottom too. It was ridiculous. Insane. Mulin Leon. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I don't know. She's skunkly. I like you, Mulin. I like you, Mulin Leon. I have no beef with you. Let's get off of Matuna, because I want to talk about a better character. Ah, Mulin saved me. I think I don't know if it was in the description or if I messaged Bodhi, but one of the episodes I put Mulin in the thumbnail because she was there, and I was just like, it's my fucking Homestuck series, and I'm gonna put Mulin in the thumbnail because you can't stop me. She doesn't do anything. Rip Mulin, you would have loved Discord. True. She doesn't like do anything. She gets mind controlled, but she's cool. I like her personality. She's nice. Mulin is funny, but I still don't think she helps specify what a mage is. Yeah, most of Mulin's issues come from Kurlaws. Yeah, but I also don't think they're terrible issues necessarily. Like, I don't think they're writing issues. They're just she's like is slightly evil for a second because she gets mind controlled. He didn't have to make the characters or make them bad, but he chose to. Yep. Notice how Porim, the best ancestor, is a woman. Okay. We'll talk about Porim. I like Porim. Porim does a little more than most of the ancestors, or the ancestors do. Her relationship with Kurlaz is a little alarming, but interesting to dig into. If we got to, yeah. I didn't mean character issues, I just meant issues for her. True, yeah. Porim, I don't know. I like Porim a lot. Porim is... I don't know. Porim is okay. Bodhi might come back and advocate for Porim to be higher than this. I'm going to put Porim in pretty cool for now. Just to be clear, we're not ranking within the tiers because I don't subscribe to that ideology. I believe in the tier is its own ranking supremacy. So, but you know, in theory, in my mind, Porim is higher up than Mulin is, but not as high up as like the characters here. I like her talk with Latula and also Kanaya. Yeah, Porim just kind of chill with it. Yeah, I like her. Radical tier lister? It's true. My hot take is Porim is just Kanaya too. That's not unreasonable to say that. Where did you rank Green Sands? Holy shit, Homestuck crazy news in my chat. I'm getting Discord messages from Bodhi. Will, it's me, Bodhi, from Beyond the Grave. Just saw you rank Porim. Yes, I would like Portim to be higher. Bodhi, you can come back and make your case for Porim when you're back, but we're going to leave her there for now. Where did you rank Green Sands? We haven't... So Green Sands is in Wondrous Creature. Thank you, Homestuck Crazy News. I'm a big fan of you, Homestuck Crazy News. It was one of my finest moments was seeing you Homestuck on my channel. Seeing you Homestuck, what the fuck? Seeing you comment on my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, Homestuck Crazy News. I think Porim might just be the best by process of elimination. Like, she's not terrible by any means, but almost everyone else is way worse. I kind of agree with you. But he has to make the case of putting Porim in the same tier as John, yes. I think he could do it. I think it's not impossible, but it's just, you know. Latula. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel strongly about Latula. She's cool. She cool, I guess. I think there's like a peek at her having actual personality in her conversation with Porim. Like beneath the, like they're doing kind of the Dave thing again, where like there is she's putting on like the cool kid facade, but in a different way, and then there's like personality underneath there that's different. She's fine. Game Girl sucks. That's my opinion on Latula. Yeah, that's fair. Latula is kind of okay, I guess. I mean, she's inoffensive. Yeah. She can't smell and tries to make that a thing. Make that like a thing, and I think that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Latula feels like Hussey didn't even realize not being able to smell was even real. Anosmia. Yeah, it feels like it's meant to be a parody of like, well, her, Terezi was blind and that's a real disability. So we're going to make this one funny by making her not able to smell, which is totally a fake disability that doesn't exist, except it is real and is a problem. So I don't know. This is a Hussey problem again, but largely I think Latula is whatever. Latula has long COVID. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Arania circuit. There's a lot of thoughts to go over here. I'm gonna save Arania in hopes that Bodhi comes back, actually. Horace Zahak.
I return.
Bodhi, you're back. We can do Arania now then. Actually, let's do your Porum argument. Make your argument for Porum.
So, Porum. Let me talk about her. Okay, so first of all, obviously the best of the Dancestors, in my opinion.
That's
asterisk
fair.
Other than the ones that don't do it, that actually do things in the story. Porum is sorry, I'm short of breath right now because I'm sick and I ran up the stairs to make my case.
Oh no.
Porum is a great example of what an actually woke character is. She makes structured arguments. She is thoughtful with how she speaks, and she actually cares about the people around her. Whenever you try to break down one of Cancre's arguments, he goes, actually, you're a bitch. Fuck you. Whereas she actually, like, has points to back up her own logic. That doesn't make her a better character. That makes her a better debater. Why do I love her so much? Because of the way that she, as I was saying, she cares about the people around her, and she actually forms relationships and friendships. Like when she talks with Latula and is like, hey, you don't have to be like that around me. We can just like actually one-on-one with each other. As I'm talking though, I do understand why you've put her into pretty cool.
Like,
I don't like her as much as anybody in Wondrous Creature.
Yeah, I think she is the best of the
It's a best of a bad thing scenario.
And I like her character. I think she's one of the higher ones in this tier, but I don't think she breaks into the same tier as like Aradia or John or like.
I've been broken down. You can make her pretty cool.
I think it's fine for her to be.
It's basically anti-feminist.
With the I hate women. I'm sorry. This is the truth, and it's the real opinion that I actually hold. I'm actually a radical misogynist. Sorry.
Yeah.
You got through my entire series, and only now am I revealing that I actually fucking hate all women.
Yep. Yep.
No, it's just not true. But you're arguing for Porum equals Bec Noir. Yeah, like.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's right.
I think she is where she is, and that's good and fine, and she is a great character, and I love her. But she's not one of the all-timers. It's kind of surprising how Porum turned out as okay as she did, considering Hussey wrote her along with all the other ancestors. Yeah, it's also weird that they like really consistently are like trying to slut shame her a lot.
Yeah,
like, that happens a lot. I don't know.
And that's another reason why, by proxy, I hate the other ancestors.
Like, they could not make me hate her. Fun fact: I never actually read Homestuck because I heard it's got icky girls in it. Yeah,
true. Wait, hang on. Is that Caliborn in our chat?
Is that Caliborn in the chat? Arania Circuit.
Oh god,
there's a lot to say about Arania Circuit.
I liked her for different reasons for every part of her arc.
That's fair.
I do like her a lot as a character. I think that she's so shitty. I think that she's... Ooh. I think she sucks so much ass. But... Arania
tries to kiss Jake without asking for consent. That's true. He does a lot.
Arania does a lot of
She
things
does a
to
lot
Jake
of
with
things
no
to
consent.
Jake with no consent.
I think it's arguable that. No, we won't get into that. We won't get into that. Arania is Mindfang. Yes, absolutely. She is conniving and cunning, and
But she does it worse. She could never be her.
She does it
I'm
worse.
sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I think Vriska was too starry-eyed and righteous in her own way to be truly intentionally evil. Yeah, I think that's kind of a fundamental difference. Well, no, not really. Arania truly does believe that what she's doing is right in the grand scheme of things. She just is willing to sacrifice everyone to do it. She was cool, but then she just turned evil during the game over arc. I do think it was a little lazy to have her just suddenly be really aspiring to be Mindfang and like switch up on everyone. Arania yaps, mind controls a bunch of ghosts, gets literally everyone but John and Roxy killed, and fucks off forever. Yeah. I think she's pretty cool.
I think she's a victim of the fact that Hussey made several really, 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 really lazy decisions right at the end.
I agree. It should have been foreshadowed a bit more. Yeah, she needed more like work up to that. Like it's a little jarring that she
never
just
made her
suddenly
evil.
is different. Yeah. I'm okay with her becoming evil, but I feel like there just needs to be a little bit more of that in her character from the start. Like she doesn't feel like that character.
Hold up. That's a great point. Arania made me like the Condes more. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
It's true. Arania wasn't aiming to be a hero, I don't think, whereas Vriska was. Arania explicitly says that what she's doing is for the sake of preventing Lord English from being made and preserving Paradox Space as eternally healthy and happy, which maybe is for her own like narcissism, because she says that she kind of wants to like rule over it as a benevolent dictator of sorts, like an omnipresent benevolent god tier to watch over the timeline. But I truly believe that she thinks that she's doing a good thing. It's funny how Vriska gave her main character syndrome, but because she's not Vriska, she can't actually pull it off. Yeah. I put her down a tier. She's not in the same tier as Dave Sprite. I think she's interesting enough to maybe be, but we must understand that.
I don't think that she's potential, man. I think that she...
You have to put her down to mid at that point. Like,
she's not potential, man, and she's not mid. She has a character, and she plays it. But... yeah, no, she can't crack Wondrous Creature.
I have to
she
go,
doesn't make
okay,
it up to...
Sorry, someone in chat. I have to go... So I'm making my case for Mina now. Mina's a shitty person, but a fantastic character, minus the sort of racism in Hussey's writing. Her grooming Vriska was bad, but it was good writing.
Yep.
I pretty much agree.
100% agree.
But we'll get back to that. So thank you for being here. Arania is a true Vriska LARPer. Thank you, Homestuck Crazy News.
Yes. Wait, fucking Homestuck Crazy News. Wait, what?
We have Homestuck Crazy News in chat.
Holy shit. Hi. Whoa, I'm a little starstruck. Whoa. Hi. That's insane.
Here's a Horus Zahak.
He's pathetic.
I
don't even care enough.
I think this is what do they even do? What?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is he?
I don't care enough to tell him to get out.
Off. Like,
right?
I don't know.
Like he's nothing.
Kurlos Makara is
I like his bit overall.
Yeah. He's in sort of the same place as Mulin for me. Wherein like you know, again, they have very short screen time, and that's kind of intended, but like they do the thing they need to. It's fine.
I like his design.
Yeah. He does the same bit of Equius. Kurlos, it's literally the same bit.
I'm assuming he's talking about Horus.
Oh, Horus. Yeah. No. You're pretty much correct. Yeah. Kurla's also bottom tier. Oh damn. Okay. Why Kurla's bottom tier? What's our beef with Kurla's as a character? Like, I understand he's evil. He does bad things. He does mind control manipulation of Mulan to further his goals. But like, I don't think that's bad writing. I think he's interesting enough. I don't know. Like, that's just, maybe that's just me, but am I? What does Horse Guy even do? Yeah. Kurlaz is like Equius in that they both treat their Leons poorly. Yeah, the Leons have a
Oh,
tragic fate of consistently being mistreated. And it sucks. Anyway, we're gonna move on to Cronus.
bury him beneath the jail.
Yeah, you're gone, buddy. You're gone. Like, I mean, he just kind of does nothing with it. Like, we know Mulan's mind control, but that never goes anywhere. Doesn't he like make her get something to like bring to him to then give it to Gamzee later? Like, there was like a whole thing for like fulfilling weird clown prophecy. I don't know. There's like shenanigans. I feel like it's a little bit poorly explained, but I'm okay with it. I think his gimmick is interesting. Making a
I'd
gear and label
argue.
it hell. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
So Cronus, Cronus, you say is the worst Dancester. I'd make an argument Cronus is the worst character. He's genuinely like, I don't wish anything but suffering for Cronus Ampora. There is not a single person who could make an argument that Cronus Ampora has a redeeming quality to me. Because I'd point at anything he did to Mituna and I'd scream, kill yourself.
How does
Like,
Cronus
it's
happen when he has the canonical best person in Homestuck as his role model and ancestor? How? Yeah, canonically, like, Beforean Eridan is like the the best and nicest person ever made.
yeah.
How did you happen, Cronus?
Cronus, I think it's because he was the best person. So Cronus internally was just like, yeah, I can ride on the coattails of that. I'll just be a complete dipshit. What was Hussey cooking writing Cronus? Crack. Crack, rock, cocaine.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything to say about Cronus other than that he's got a cool name. You could say a lot about Cronus. You could say that he's really shitty to everyone he talks to, that he's flirtatious in a creepy way, that he's
not
LARPing
only
as a human in a
flirtatious.
way that is weirdly seems to be trying to call out like it's again like a social critique that Hussey is making, but like lazily.
He's not only flirtatious, he literally assaults Mituna
Yeah, that happens.
on multiple
bad.
occasions. Mituna, a character who is an asshole, but we're forced. He's handicapped and he's. We're putting him in the torture nexus.
I'd argue
we
that
are
his
putting him
point
in the
as a
torture
character
nexus.
is to suck. Yes, I think that's fair. That's not unreasonable to say that. I don't think that Cronus is written to be someone that you're supposed to root for. But at the same time, I think the way that he's written to suck is unfun to read and bad, and I don't like it. What was with the part where he was LARPing as a greaser as his gender identity or whatever? Yeah, I don't know. Again, it feels like a weird thing that Hussey is trying to do a social commentary, but like lazily and badly.
It's all weird satires
He's not even
of
uniquely
nothing.
terrible is the thing. He's like a homunculus abomination of all the worst traits of different shitty Homestuck characters. Thank you, Grislow. Yeah, that's just true.
Yeah.
If I wanted to read a character to hate them, I'd read Caliborn.
But at least Caliborn is fun on some level.
At least Caliborn's fucking fun. There's other characters who are like more fun or more interesting. Awkwardly rubs Mituna's shoulder, constantly insults his person, and calls him a slur. Yeah.
Dude, and then and every other line Matuna says is, "Why are you touching me there?"
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. It's not fun to read. It sucks, and it shouldn't have been in the story. And they didn't have to do that. Hussey didn't have to do that. You had enough villain characters. They were already interesting. And this isn't even a villain.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fucking. It's not like he's supposed to be a villain. He's just a bad dude who sucks.
Why did they make
gone.
him like a friend of the party at all?
Yeah.
Throw him into the abyss.
He's in hell tier. He's in literal actual hell.
Yep.
So Mina, let's move on to Mina.
Ooh.
So
we're gonna ignore the racism for a bit, just for a second.
We're gonna ignore the racism a little bit, but like not entirely, but like mostly, because I still think she's a well-written character largely.
Yes.
We're also gonna just really quickly the thing with Mina being 19 and Ghost Vriska dying at like 13. That's bad. That's real bad.
Yeah, it's real fucking bad.
It's not good. And she plays it off with like, well, it's the fuchsia thing, like it's lifespans with trolls, and like there's maybe some alien thing there, but like I don't like it. Mina's fun, but the whole Hussey writing black scent thing isn't too great. Yeah. This is why I just tried to make her like a weird fucking New Yorker. Like I was like, I don't know. Ignoring the racism, I enjoy Mina the most out of the Dancestors. She's not a good person at all, but there's plenty to her as a character. Yeah, I pretty much agree. One time I downloaded the Voxus dub to listen to on a plane, and her voice is just a regular black woman, and it makes things so much more uncomfortable with what she does in the story. Yeah, Mina is so into her own hype that she loves her fascist dictator future self, and she really likes money and ocean puns, which is a weird series of character traits to combine. She's a weird character. She's kind of strange.
She does kind of eventually come around on the fact that no, she was not a good person in the future. Kind of. I think she still idolizes what her future self accomplished. I like that she's like so much not the Condess, even though she somehow idolizes her. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing, is like Mina is so very different from the Condess, like ideologically and in what she does, and yet does idolize her for what she accomplished. I think Mina is interesting in the way that she thinks of herself as fundamentally bad, like as though she believes that she is evil and is okay and is largely accepting of that. Mina is the person who you see who is just themselves fully and unabashedly, which while you can hate what they do, you gotta respect that they kind of wear that self-hype like a nice coat. Weird character in Homestuck, calling me supplies. Yeah, okay. Yeah. She loves the idea of the Condess, but doesn't quite get that if she really thought about it, she'd hate the Condess. Yeah, I also think that the way that Mina... I don't want to go into post-canon, but some things about like beyond canon and the epilogues have me thinking about Mina in different ways. But I won't... I will try not to bring that into this. I think she is an interesting character. I think she is pretty well written. Largely. She's not a good person, but Homestuck has a lot of those. I don't know, actually. I'm really struggling with where to put Mina, because I think she's above pretty cool, but I don't know. Does putting her in Wondrous Creature feel right? Like, I'd say it does. Personally, I would say it does.
Yeah.
Because of who she is as a character.
Yeah, I think
She's
she's
not as good
interesting
as
enough.
Vriska, but she's a better character than basically everyone and pretty cool.
She's really interesting in a lot of ways. Mina is Vriska with 10 times less development and traces of racist archetypes. Yeah, but I mean, even a badly done Vriska is still pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know. She's tricky. She's tricky. Union Jack. Jack
Who even
English.
fucking cares, man?
I don't fucking. You're whatever. You're mid. I don't fucking care about you, bro.
He just showed up for a second and was like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Grimbark Jade is.
Ooh, intriguing. Not like,
Um.
I mean, of course she's a shorter amount of a character.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
actually really like what Grimbark Jade does for Jade as a character.
really?
I do. I'm not sure again whether it's which of these two it's in. I'm gonna put it here for now. Um, Grimbark Jade, because I think it's the way that Jade's personality still does shine through regardless of being evil. Like,
Yeah.
it still clearly is her. I like how annoyed she is at having to be the villain. Yeah, like she's trying so very hard to be evil, and it's like she can be threatening. She has powers. Do not underestimate her. She has powers. But yeah, I like her interaction with like Dave and with Roxy, and like trying really hard to be evil, but still like that very clear Jade personality is there. Grimbark was good for Jade's character development. I kind of agree. It shows us a more like aggressive, unleashed version of Jade. Um, she's LARPing a villain, which is so fun. Yeah, I I don't know. I think it was a really good writing choice. Um, for Jade is like it's almost not really a different character in my mind. It's just like a different part of the same character, you know? I don't know. What are your thoughts, Bodhi?
I did not care for Grimbark Jade.
Speak to that.
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm not
Anyway,
changing the
sorry, no.
ranking. Okay.
Grimbark Jade was just kind of, I don't know. It felt like, you remember earlier when we were talking about Jade and it was like Hussey made Jade too powerful and then just removed her from a bunch of the story. It felt like Hussey made Jade too powerful, so now the villains get to have Jade for a bit. I didn't. I think it was like somewhat clever, the combination of psionics they had to use to control her.
Mm-hmm.
But also, someone saying in the chat, I
I
did
did
not care
not
for the
care for the
Godfather.
Godfather.
That was very much intentionally the way that I said it.
This is what the
Um,
reference.
that was what the reference. So good job, some random gamer 1506. And I don't know. I didn't personally feel that affected by her. If you want to say she's a wondrous creature, by all means, right?
I mostly just think it's a good writing choice for Jade as a character. And I do agree that Jade overall suffers a bit from getting too powerful and then kind of having to be shelved a little bit, but
Yeah.
she insists upon herself.
She insists upon herself.
uh,
What? Didn't like the
what?
Godfather?
I think she's neat. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I kind of don't take Grimbark Jade as like a different character than Jade, really. It's just like a writing decision that was made. And it helps flesh out the character overall a little bit. Yeah. She has one good conversation with Dave. She has a good conversation with Roxy as well, which is pretty neat. She doesn't do a lot. She's not there for very much. Actually, I'm gonna bump it down to pretty cool because she's not, she doesn't do nearly enough in her time there. I don't feel like it was anything that really told the audience more about Jade as a person. Like, she's more aggressive and is acting evil, but the motivation is just because the villains got to her. No, I agree with that. I don't think it tells us much about, like, Jade's motivations per se, but I think it's interesting characterization for, like, Jade as the aspects of her personality that shine through regardless of being made to be evil. Grimmark Jade stopped her from having any meaningful conversations with anyone else, which really sucks for her growth. I can see that argument. I'm going to put her in pretty cool because I think she's like, she's kind of decent. Actually, I will accede to the opinion of Bodhi and most of chat, which seems to be mid. I think. Crocker Tier Jane is the opposite, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't like this as a character choice. This tells us nothing about Jane.
Well, that's partially because we don't know anything about Jane in the first place, and that she gets replaced by an evil Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Implying that regular Chat GPT is not evil, which I would never imply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gets grokked. And it's not good.
She gets grokked.
She sells potions and that's it. Yeah. Crocker Tier Jane
She sells you
Jane
blood
worse.
vials.
Yeah. It's not great. It just feels boring and one note, and like every other robot villain, it's like doing the stereotype. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Lesbian Vriska. Ghost Lesbian Vriska.
Vriska. Ghost Lesbian Vriska is an interesting look at a Vriska removed from her obsession to be the hero. What is Vriska without that? She's clever and she's coy, but she doesn't have anything to do anymore.
She gets
and she becomes
really quickly, but it's also
she becomes dependent.
But
yes. One more time. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And it's yes. Right.
Yeah.
But she becomes like a shadow of herself because she got Fishka, yes. Because she got groomed and led down this path in the death realm. That just sort of it hollows her. And then she's left like that. Like fucking Mina's just like, all right, dipshit, I'm out. And she's sort of left to be nothing forever again. And it's just
and it's sad. But then Terezi Remember happens. You must understand this.
Then Terezi does happen. That's true.
Which is good. Vriska needs to stop doing things. I love her growth in this timeline and wish she didn't get eradicated. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, it plays really well into the story's central themes about, like, fulfilling your role and what it means to do that and what it means if you refuse to do that and whether or not you might be happier for not doing that. But, like, yeah. She's the only Vriska to have a healthy relationship with Terezi, and they were both pre-retcon lol. Yeah. If we got more of her in Game Over Terezi, she would be a Peen character. Yeah, I think this is a wondrous creature. I think she's really interestingly written. I don't think she goes in Picus to ever do it, just because she's not quite there enough. And it's a little bit, like, it's a little rough at times. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on the scene where a live Vriska yells at her? Yeah, it's bad. I mean, it hurts. But it's really interesting.
It's interesting from both perspectives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about all I can say. I'm running out of voice, and we're getting to the end, so let's. GCat Tavros Sprite.
This makes me viscerally upset. They made him allergic to himself.
I don't like that they did this.
They fucking hate. Literally, the last thing Tavros gets to do is teleport around and be allergic to himself. That's miserable.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think this is just not great as a thing. Um, this is just the Black Queen.
Does she do anything?
I don't know which Black Queen this is or what she does.
What does she even do?
So I don't know. It's
All right. And now it's time to figure out if Bodhi can remember any of the names of the denizens.
I know them. Do you?
Is the first one Typheus?
Yes, Typheus is
Yes.
John's denizen.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, this
I
Black
mean, he
Queen
was
is the
kinda
one
chill.
that Jack Noir kills. Yeah, what do they even do?
I have no
Typheus.
agency and I must sprite. Wait, true.
Typheus.
Typheus.
Kind of goated.
I mean, he was kind of chill.
Pretty cool.
He's pretty cool, yeah.
Do you know this one?
No.
This is Cetus. This is Rose's denizen.
I definitely wouldn't have remembered that. What did she actually do, though?
Nothing. Literally nothing. She doesn't. She's not there. We don't see
Doesn't
her.
even show up? Sweet. What does she even do? That's Hephaestus, I want to say?
Hephaestus, yes.
Yay! I get to get every other one.
He gives Alt Timeline Dave a cool hammer.
Oh. Okay. That's fine.
Pretty cool, I guess.
I like
Just
hammers.
Whatever. Hammers are neat. All the denizens are jobbers, and I'm tired of pretending they're not. How many of the denizens even show up in the comic? Not many.
They show up as browsers,
Come on,
I guess.
You gotta know this one, buddy. You gotta know this one.
Oh god, what was... I do. That's Jade's. And talks to Jade. Was it...
Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Do not look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Don't cheat. Don't look at the chat.
I'm not.
You know it. I believe in you.
Was that one Echidna?
It's Echidna!
Yes!
Yay! Yeah!
Oh my god. Yes, because I was thinking about it. I was remembering when Jade had the deal with her denizen to bring along the planets. I was like, what was the name she said? And I was thinking about it in your voice. And it was like, I remember the conversation I had with Echidna. And then it just like beamed into my brain.
Huzzah. Yeah, you know.
She helped out.
She helped, whatever. I guess that's pretty cool. The plan to bring along the planets is pretty neat.
I think that the denizens in their tiers are kind of in like a sub tier for the denizens.
Yeah,
they're in relation to each other.
They're in relation to each other and their own role in the comic. They're not in relation to the actual characters.
I do not like Echidna as much as I like Dad Egbert.
Yeah, I do not like Echidna more than I like Feferi. Let's be real. But this is kind of a separate thing.
I don't remember those two.
Okay, this is Hemera. This is Jane's.
Okay.
Literally not on screen. And Nyx is Roxy's who tells
she gets
Roxy to go to the planet briefly. It's mid, whatever. Yaldabaoth.
That's Yaldabaoth. Yeah. I remember him because he's the unmatched power of the sun. He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool.
Echidna better than Jade. That's S tier rage bait. Good job.
Truth nuke. Oh, it's true. It's honestly a crime that Hussey gave us all the browser icons and only showed 2 of the denizens and a statue of Nyx. Yeah.
Yep. What's the snake?
It's this is Abraxas. This is Jake's and maybe Carcat's denizen. I don't remember if it's explicitly stated. They do nothing.
Oh,
Abraxas
we're down to
the potential, man. Yeah, I guess.
Well, he's potentially Jake's. Or potentially Carcat's.
I don't know, yeah. Jasperos.
All right.
Jaspers.
Jaspers is really fun and is in a very finite portion of the comic. We get to see both of the sprites squared. I feel very weird about.
It's really tricky because they're not there long enough to like. Yeah.
Form opinions on.
I don't know. I really don't know. I really like Jaspers. Like,
she's fun. That's all she
fun.
is, though. Is she's fun.
She's fun.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That's fine. In my heart of hearts, I almost want to give her Wondrous Creature just because, like, in the limited time that she's in the comic, like, she's good for all of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna do that. I also,
again,
I'm a little biased by post-canon, but Jasper's just kind of chill with it. Aren't sprite squareds also supposed to be a combination of all the doomed versions too or something? Yeah, it's like an interesting concept. Dave Petta.
All right, Dave Petta.
Dave Petta. Yes.
I know you adore Dave Petta. I am, chat, this is me looking you in the eyes. I'm holding your hands. I'm neutral on Dave Petta. I think Dave Petta is neat.
Fine.
I think that making Dave Sprite's final version becoming his own person, basically, by fusing with someone else, is neat. And that's about where my opinions end. I say it's okay. It's fine.
As a Dave Jade warrior, I give my bro Dave Petta sprite props for dropping a Dave Jade nuke. Also quite the Scrimbo Brimblow. I love them. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think it's fine to be very, like, neutral on Dave Petta. Again, they're just not there long enough to do a lot. They're there even less long than Jaspers. But again, for me, it's like, all the time that they are there, I really like them. I think they immediately raise some interesting, like, they bring gender thoughts into Homestuck. Like, actually, they give us, like, a, you know, an interesting non-binary representation of being literally two people, and it's like they have to talk about that a little bit. Wow, that's kind of neat. And then also, yeah, the stuff that they do is, like, kind of cool. I don't know, I like it. I think it's a neat way of going for Dave Sprite as a character, and then also kind of Nepeta as a character.
Yeah.
Dave Petta is in the best page of the comic, the selfie page. Yeah, the canonical best page of the
comic.
That
is true.
They did it.
The last page of Homestuck.
It took 8,000 fucking pages for Hussey to learn about they, them pronouns.
And then that fucker immediately stole them.
It's crazy.
Dude.
Stepped away to do some stuff, but I'm back to say I love Dave Petta. Yeah, in my heart of hearts, I think Dave Petta and Jaspers are in the same space where, like, they're not in the comic for very long, but all of the comic that they're in, I like them. You know?
Yeah.
They are very fun. They bring up some cool things about the characters. They have some good talks. They also put the final boss in an Undertale, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, it's true. Dave Petta forced Lord English to play Undertale, so think about that.
That did happen.
Anyway. Andrew Hussey.
Kill him.
Andrew Hussey, the character in Homestuck, and Andrew Hussey, the writer of Homestuck, because that is the character. You are the person. The stream is still going. I just came back. We're about to wrap up. Andrew Hussey, I think you made a really good thing. You made a really big and cool project. I think of Andrew Hussey as merely a vessel for Homestuck to have formed through. I hate him as a person.
Exactly. Yes, that is a great answer.
Yeah. I need you to get out, Andrew Hussey. I think the character Hussey is interesting in the comic. That's not unfair to say. but this is Andrew Hussey, and I can't
Hold
talk
up.
about
No,
Andrew
hang
Hussey
on.
without...
Hang on. I'm going to go back a bit. What do you mean the character of Hussey's interesting? He self-ships with a child.
That's true. He does do
That's
that.
a grown man.
And maybe it's a joke, but it's weird. Like, as a real person, maybe there's more issues, but the character is interesting in the comic. I think the character exists to be a joke about author self-inserts, and it's not a very good one. And then he self-ships with a child. And that's weird. I know it's probably a joke, but that's kind of weird to do. I don't know, it's strange.
Yep.
A lot of Homestuck came about from the community. Yeah, even the troll names. Yeah, like the thing about Homestuck is it is as much written by its community and by a bunch of other people as it is written by Andrew Hussey.
Which I think is neat.
And I think that's great. I think that's beautiful. And I think that Andrew Hussey, I think that is being too uncharitable to Hussey, both as a person and as a character. He has had all the moving things to say, all the funny things to say. That is fair. There are a lot of good things about Homestuck, and Hussey has been involved in a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm willing to actually just go up to yeah, I don't like you. Because I don't like Hussey. But I think there is enough to Hussey the character and to Hussey the writer that is like, okay, sure. I think Hussey as a character is okay. The Caliborn sections are funny. That's fair. Sure. All of the upsetting things were done to elicit a visceral response from me. I can't not hold a very soft spot for the guy. I kind of disagree a little bit. I think some of the upsetting things were done because Hussey thought it was funny because it was early internet humor, or because Hussey thought it was controversial because it was early internet humor. It's the internet, you know? And again, I'm not trying not to be biased by like modern day, but there's some other stuff about Hussey that's like whatever. Homestuck is great. The character is interesting to explore the death of the author in an ironic and literal sense, who has to compete against Doc Scratch and Caliborn on the interpretation and presentation of the story. I think that's great, yeah. Again, there's a lot good about Homestuck. There's a lot good that Andrew Hussey wrote into Homestuck. But I think there is also a lot of rough stuff, and overall I come away with a negative perception of Andrew Hussey. That's my opinion. I think that's Bodhi's opinion also.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
And I think that's the opinion of a lot of people. It's not, I don't know if I, like, you know, I'm not putting Andrew Hussey in literal actual hell with Cronus, but, like, I feel slightly negative towards Hussey for a lot of the choices made. Somehow he's bad IRL, but also lots of people. Yeah, I don't want to get into a lot of the, like, I don't want to get into a lot of the IRL controversy. But what are your thoughts on Hussey directly interacting with the story in the form of killing Doc Scratch? The author's self-insert directly changing the story is odd, but weirdly works in world. I think it's fine. I think it's okay, specifically because Doc Scratch himself sort of takes over narrative control and is in that same authorial space as Hussey is for a while. My favorite thing Hussey did was misappropriation of donated funds to go to Olive Garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to do Hussey discourse for too long. Here is our complete tier list. Wow. I
don't think I disagree with anything that we've said.
I'm gonna save this and I'll make a community post with it in a bit for anyone who wants to see it later. Oh, let me take away the this, whatever. Bleh. Download image. Yeah, okay. Hooray! We did it,
Yay!
everyone! What a journey. Homestuck is over. Thank you, everyone. This is your last chance. If you have questions for us about our thoughts, Since we're winding down, Will/Bodhi, top 3 Homestuck songs. Ooh.
That's
Okay.
gonna be hard.
I'll go first because I think and again, this might change. I'm only just like off the dome thinking. I think Moonsetter is up there. Will this VOD be available? I joined pretty late. Yes, it should be. Moonsetter is up there. I think Savior of the Waking World, Air of Grief. Yeah. I think it's those 3. I think for me, it's Moonsetter, Savior of the Waking World, Air of Grief.
I think it's Air of Grief, then Black, then maybe, and this is gonna sound wild, it might be Pipe Organ Kind.
That's fair, man.
Because John completing his quest is, it kills me every time.
Yeah, no, it's big. I mean, it's a very emotional flash.
Yeah.
You may have already answered this. I don't remember, but are you planning on reading the epilogue / Beyond Canon? Yes, we are actively currently reading the epilogues. Assuming all goes well, the first episode of that should be up next Sunday. But don't quote me on that. It might be next Sunday instead. And then Beyond Canon will be after that.
We will get back to it soon.
This isn't really relevant, but since stream's ending, I feel like I should mention that there's a very high quality Homestuck mod for Minecraft called Mindstuck. I've seen it. I haven't played it. Might be worth.
I might have to look into that.
Favorite character for each of you to voice? I'm a voice acting nerd. Bodhi, you can go first with this one.
Oh God, Rose.
That's fair.
I love doing a British accent, and every time she says a line, she's so punchy with everything that she says. And I got to do a lot of like fun little affectations in her voice that aren't super noticeable. And I loved voicing Rose. Rose was a lot of fun.
For me, I like Roxy. Roxy's fun to do. Roxy's fun and silly. I also do. Here's the thing. I like Caliborn, except for the fact that he really fucking hurts my throat to do. Homestuck Crazy News says top Homestuck musicians. I don't think Toby Fox is top 3. I would disagree with you there. Toby Fox is for sure in the top 3. Michael Guy Bowman, definitely up there. And then I think like maybe Seth Peel. I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about the musicians. Like too heavily. Do y'all have a Discord server to join? Not right now.
Maybe we should make one.
We could make
That's
one.
not even a bad idea.
It's not even a bad idea. Stay tuned for a community post in which that might happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
For me, Clark Powell is the best. Clark Powell's really good. Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
Yeah. For me, it's probably Michael Guy Bowman is number 1 because duh. And then it's probably... And then I think Toby Fox is second.
I think Tricky Tony did. Buzinkai needs props for composing Explore and Doctor. Buzinkai, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Buzinkai, one of the goats.
Buzinkai is third. Buzinkai is third for me.
In no particular order. Yeah. So really like your go.
Sunslammer bangs.
Sunslammer bangs. There's too many good songs. That's the thing. Putting it into a top 3 is like, I'm going to leave stuff out that I really like.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else?
But there's this one song that I'm thinking of that actually I think might replace Pipe Organ Kind, but I can't remember the name of it, and it's making me feel like a fake fan, and I need to figure it out immediately.
Oog. Yeah, let me just say the Shutter in whatever episode made me explode. Y'all made me combust. John Legbert, you are like one of our OGs. You are one of our day ones, quite frankly.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been around, dog.
So thank you. Even in Death is stupid. Yeah, Even in Death, like, it would be in my top 3, but, like, I don't know. I really like Air of Grief, and I really like Moonsetter, and fuck. It's hard. I mentioned it a bunch of times in the past in the stream. I gotta mention it again. I love your all's voices so much. Some have become my headcanon voice. Roxy, Caliborn, Mina, Rose, all great.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
flattered whenever someone says that.
So kind. Did you guys think about reading some of the Paradox Space comics? No, because I think aren't they like no longer canon anymore? And also aren't there kind of a lot of them? I don't know. I don't know enough about them. Yeah. Learning how to play Moonsetter on the piano. Good luck. Time on My Side is good too. Time on My Side is good.
Yeah.
Fuck, Walk Stab Walk is good. Like, I don't know. It's full of bangers. Anyway. Unless there's any last minute questions, I think we're going to be wrapping up very shortly here. Wrapping up on Homestuck. Thank you all so very much for
Thank you guys.
joining us, for being here. We gushed a lot at the end of the finale episode. Are you guys going to read anything from MSPFA? Maybe. It depends. It really depends.
Yeah. Hard maybe.
Lancer is a good Homestuck song. Truth Nuke. Thank you, Homestuck Crazy News. I hope you guys are proud of absolutely ruining my vernacular. My vocabulary will never recover from all your sillies. Final question is, of course, is Homestuck good?
Yes.
Yes. Homestuck is good.
Yes.
Homestuck has a lot of bad parts, but Homestuck is good.
Yes. Yes. It's like One Piece. I don't want to say any more about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's as good a place as any to wrap it up. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been great. Thank you for coming to the stream. This is a wild thing to do. I expected this to go way shorter than it did, but I guess we had a lot to say about Homestuck.
Yeah, we've been here for a few hours, huh?
Yeah, whoops.
Jeez Louise.
Thanks folks for being here. Some of you stuck the whole way. Some of you had to pop out and are popping back in. I really appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
I might use you guys to get my friends into Homestuck by sending them your channel.
Oh, good lord.
Don't do it. No, if you must, I understand. I think for some people the voice is better as a it's just so weird to think that like we're some people's first intro to this comic. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
It is really silly.
It's really crazy. Yeah, thank you all. We'll see you next couple weeks for the start of the epilogues.
Sometime frame soonish.
Sometime soon. Yeah. So thanks so much, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
And I think one more time I gotta say it. Bye-bye.
Wow, how kind.